One day!
When we last left off, you guys decided to go straight into the swamp for the beach. And for a while, you weren't quite understanding what that weird noise was. The that you kept hearing. Until you encountered a group of trolls and decided that you were going to turn their attempted ambush of you on their heads, and got into a fight. At one point, while Frock was surrounded by 4 of them, the whoosh 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 noise happened right at his feet. And it turned out that was the sound of a fireball igniting. And it happened to take with it all 4 of those trolls, damaging them and keeping them from regaining health. You also notice that in addition to these occasional fireballs, sometimes a pool of acid would suddenly bubble up from underground and start absorbing everything around it. After finding this out, and talking to the trees about where there might be, fresh water or something, I think it was looking for, source of non-contaminated water. You headed back out to the coast, where hopefully it would be safer. At one point, you spotted a group of cyclopses that were apparently making camp. And heard about some creatures with sharp teeth that would occasionally bite them if they went into the river itself. At night, while you guys were doing your own camping, you spotted a group of hags that were going down to the shoreline at just before dawn to collect clams and other such things. Eventually, you made it to the river, and as you traveled up the river, you kind of discovered where there was a black dragon laying in wait. But rather than attacking either one of you, it simply put a paw out to stop and talk with you, and told you about the entity that happens to be at the center of this place. Some sort of lobster type creature that apparently turned other people into lobster type people, and they were over on the side of the island you hadn't gone to. And that is where we left off.
Phaedra reaches into her little rucksack and pulls out a whatever charcoal pencil or whatever she has that she's been taking notes with, and looks over at Will and hands it to him.
Wait, what did you hand me?
Like a pencil or some sort of writing implement in this D&D world.
Pencils exist, as does ink and quill.
Nah, it'd be a pencil. Here.
What am I, chronicle now?
No, I figured you just needed to mark that off your list.
What? Phaedra.
Will.
I did this back in the Giants, under the sea palace thing with the cloud, with the what were they? The storm giants,
Mm-hmm.
the one that was faking being a storm giant and was actually a dragon.
Yeah, but this is a
Yeah.
black dragon.
That was also a black dragon.
Oh, was it?
Pretty sure it was an ancient black dragon.
Actually,
Oh,
it was an
well,
ancient
give me my
blue,
pencil.
but...
It was an ancient blue. All right. Well, ancient
Wait.
whatever dragon.
Is Will's rainbow to insult all colors of dragons?
No. Well, you find if you insult one, you insult them all.
Is it really though?
Yeah.
No. Different dragons have different things to insult them about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care about their color. I insult them all equally.
Mm-hmm. I just figured that was on your bucket list because that was.
It was. I mean,
okay.
it was. It's already gone. So thank you for thinking about it. But it's already done it.
Oh, okay. Well, give me my pencil back then.
What pencil?
Oh, we're doing this now.
Doing what?
Fine. She just walks. She just keeps walking.
Hale is probably leaning on a tree, slightly down the path.
Got a free pencil. This is a good day.
As a bit of time goes by, walking, give me perception checks.
Okey-doke.
I don't even have my character sheet open. Damn it.
I'm not even in Roll20. I haven't even started my computer.
So now, where you at? Perception.
Now, everyone behold the ultimate perception from Crescent.
I have advantage with Squeak.
It's not bad.
He's rolled at double digits.
How close to the waterline are you guys following?
I believe we didn't cross the river, so I think we're still on the.
Southern
No,
edge
I
of
mean,
it.
how close are you next to it? Are you?
I think
Is
we
it
said
easy to
we'd
deny,
stay
or
at
are
least 10 feet, more than 10
Yes.
feet away from it so nothing can grab us.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
And Crescent was
still-
going to be in this edge.
Yeah, we're
so
hugging the
quick.
tree line. I think we clarified. We're like walking that kind
Oh
of.
yeah, and
I'd rather
Will
be hauled into the jungle than into the water.
Will has a spell he can cast on all of us as a ritual, water walk, in case we feel like crossing the water,
Okay.
or not
Come on, lag.
Stepping
Stop.
in.
Stop lag.
in a deep puddle and get attacked by acid.
Poodle.
And I imagine Crescent's still wanting to be on
Does
that.
water
edge,
walk
like,
work
closer
on
to us.
acid?
Technically.
It doesn't.
Does it have a high
really-
enough water content?
My God, okay, I'll
It,
post a
doesn't.
spell.
it doesn't exactly help against actual damage.
Any
but
liquids.
It'll allow you to walk across.
Oh,
just
it
won't-
does say you can
won't
walk
negate-
on it.
It won't
I
negate
can
the
you
damage.
can walk on lava with it.
Yeah, it won't negate the damage, but
No, it says as if it were harmless solid ground. So yes, it does negate the damage. You could still
Oh,
take
very-
damage from heat,
Yeah, you take damage
from lava,
Yeah.
but acid wouldn't hurt you. That's good to know.
Oh,
It
that
makes
is
it makes
interesting.
you effectively hydrophobic, is what it is.
Afraid of water?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, you know how like if you put something in the water, it like, creates a bubble around it. Sometimes if it doesn't if it's hydrophobic, it's basically that's what happens.
I'm afraid of water, therefore I'm Jesus. Jesus was afraid of water.
God damn.
I found the Catholic's weakness.
Oh, here we go with the Catholics again.
That's escalated quickly.
That's why they can't invade an island nation, of course.
Is that why they get baptized? Because that's the ultimate act of bravery, having water put on you.
Oh,
Dear God.
you're onto something here. We
Fucking
should write
hell.
this down.
Oh my God.
I've
We
got
need to
Catholic
keep up.
relatives.
My whole family's Catholic, and this is very amusing to me.
You're thinking about this and going, it makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, I'm the rogue agnostic in the family. So what we see?
Yeah, hold on. I'm just trying to set up the map here.
That'll be fine.
So you're traveling, you said, within 10 feet of the waterline?
Wait, not snatching distance, but we're hugging the tree line, I believe. So we're like kind of 10 is good.
Okay, so
Yeah,
10
Crescent.
away from...
Crescent's probably the closest out of the group, just still within that 10-foot range.
Okay.
He's probably the edge.
And as you're looking over towards the waterline, you notice what looks like several snakeheads staring back at you, watching, looking like they are ready to reach out and touch you.
big.
Yeah. If Phaedra's gonna look at that, she rolled a 28 on her perception. Is that a Hydra?
You're pretty sure those are Hydra heads. And given the
Yeah.
distance between them, there's probably at least 2 Hydra watching you from the water.
We'll roll the 28 on his perception. Is it a fake Hundra?
No.
So what? Just 2 groups of snakes, like just trying to pretend like they're Hydra?
Yes.
I feel like Crescent's just staring at them, smiling.
Oh dear.
Roll intimidation.
I wouldn't still be ahead of the group.
Yeah, sorry,
That's where I
you-
was
you
when
were
we were
still-
walking
you-
away from the dragon.
I don't know why I would be
You were
up
sitting
here.
ahead when I was graphing everybody up and just dropping you on this map. Sorry.
I don't know where Squeak is. Squeak, back it over here.
Yes.
Man,
Yes. He doesn't want to be scary.
he wants to be friendly. He wants to make friends. Should we move our tokens to an appropriate
Yeah,
area
where we would.
where we would be?
doing, like, at least for my characters, I feel Cinna was at the front and Fader was at the back. I feel like that was something we were doing at one point.
Yeah, I was in the center.
I don't know. Will can be there. Well, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Put her here.
Ugh.
Where you be, Irk?
Ugh.
I feel like Crescent was just one step this way more. That's just because of the way he'd be.
Well, we're all in a line, because Fader would go forward, too. I was just doing, like, the order.
Well,
We're doing that.
I wasn't
then.
sure if we were doing a straight line just because
There.
we're more in a field.
Well,
And
it's
we'll-
jungle. We kind of have like a
dragon.
riverbank. I don't know.
Yeah, the way that I just envisioned, like, we were moving this way down the riverbank
hmm
in a
Yeah,
line.
I just didn't think we would stick in a line because of a dragon line breath that might come after insulting a dragon.
Well, that wasn't discussed, but okay.
insulting a
don't-
dragon?
I don't
No,
know
no,
who
no.
would insulted a dragon. I don't know
Ah.
who that would have been.
Sorry.
You're good. You okay, Jesse?
Do we have to fight Hydras?
I'm sorry. The person who
That's a you.
was with me, with pissing off the ancient black dragon, is questioning whether or not we have to fight the Hydras.
I'm just saying, like, if we don't have to fight them, we might as well save our power for the lobster.
Who are you?
So
Oh my
now-
god! What?
Oh, so now you have common sense.
It's Hydras. They're
We didn't
not.
have to fight the ancient black dragon, but you wanted to fight it.
Yeah, but these are Hydras.
We don't have to fight a Hydra, so you don't want to fight it.
I want to smack you through the internet.
Wait, the goblin is actually afraid of
At
something?
least I stay focused on
Hydrophobic.
my bullshittery.
You just said afraid. Okay, we're gonna kill these Hydras. Forget it. Get us in anything.
It depends if they approach. I mean, Crescent's not gonna lie.
Brock just goes up to the Hydras and go, listen, we didn't fight the ancient black dragon, so why would we fight you? Let's keep going.
So all of you are stepping further away from the water to avoid the Hydras.
Yeah.
If they start, so yeah, Fader's fought Hydras before, so she's basically gonna make sure that they're sticking to the water. If they come out of the water and they're following, it's on.
What is even an Hydra? Is it dragon? No, it's not dragon, is it?
Well,
No, that's why Frock is afraid of it, because it's not a dragon. He just wants to fuck with dragons.
I mean, it's technically a monstrosity, but if you there is legends say that that there was a third dragon god in the canon that when it was destroyed became the Hydras.
I mean, technically speaking, Tiamat is a Hydra of sorts.
Oh my god.
Well, their heads don't regrow if you cut them off. Not like two of them doesn't replace
Wait,
one.
write that down. Write that down.
Oh
let's
god, that would be
insult Tiamat.
terrifying. No, think if like you had to fight Tiamat and her head's like regenerated.
Well, her heads would
No.
do technically regenerate over time because she's a god, but they don't immediately turn into two new
Like
heads.
a Hydra is what I'm referring to.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean,
be
time
grateful
is
for that.
relative for gods, so maybe they do regrow instantly, but just not for us, you know? No, I'll shut up now.
What?
What?
My brain hurts.
All right,
I am
so
not awake enough for this shit.
we're gonna try to skirt them. If they follow, then it's on. Is basically the
Skirt.
thing.
Alright, so you skirt further
Fader will be
away
last
from the
in
water
to
line,
make sure.
trying to keep it in mind. So whoever's leading this off to basically make the water to avoid the water line for a little bit, give me a survival check, please.
Senna will do that.
Oh.
All right. All right. So you carefully maneuver into the more foresty, jungly bit of the swamp for a bit to basically leave the water line behind. And after a little bit, manage to guide the party back towards the water, and you no longer see these snakeheads that are most likely Hydra.
All right. This is fine.
So, if you can do me a favor, if you could orient with this direction being the way you're headed, I can better arrange your tokens.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the way we're headed, where's Cinna? Hold on. She'll be at the front.
Are we going south?
You're going east.
East.
Okay.
Okay.
So Cinna.
So I would not be in the front, obviously.
There we go.
So I have the encounter map set up so that the river direction comes from that side to this side.
We've made essentially an arrow.
Rough approximation. That's pretty.
This is the way.
We are the arrow.
Flying V, quick!
All right. So for a bit, the river kind of tapers off, gets a bit smaller as you head deeper in, until you get through a break in the trees and see figures standing ahead around what appears to be a pond, like maybe a brackish pond. It's like you can't see into the water. The water is way too murky to see down into. But you see figures kind of like around the edge of it, fish people. One is really big and appears to be talking to a figure that is reclining in the middle of what looks like a treasure pile. This figure is most likely the individual that the dragon spoke of, because they kind of resemble a lobster. Sort of. They have, like, red skin for the most part, except for a pair of upper arms, which are end in big lobster-like claws, which are blue in color. But they look to have, like, more normalish lower set of arms. One of them is, like, looks like it's holding, like, a drink of some kind. And it's just, like, reclining back. And you can see this thing's feet. Nothing like a lobster. This looks more like like somebody glued the back half of a horse to the bottom of its legs. I mean, basically took the legs off a horse and put this on this body instead of, like, lobster legs. But it does have a long lobster-like tail. Along with a pair of red wings, which seem to be draped across its otherwise robed body. The robe, white in color, seems to be made of some unknown material, which doesn't seem to either gather moisture or cling to anything. It's perfectly white, even though the swamp around it is kind of like a lobster tar. It is, like, very murky and all of that. As you kind of, like, tromp through, not being quiet, the couple of the fishermen kind of, like, look back towards you. Like, some of them also seem to be having drinks, and it's almost as if you're interrupting a party or a social scene. And the figure in the middle kind of gets up and, like, waves at the two big crustaceans that are hanging around the sides, and they apparently are holding trays with drinks on them. Yeah, it definitely looks like you're interrupted a party. I was like, new people coming to impress me. Well, what tribute have you brought, newcomers?
Blast him.
This goblin, Shufrock.
This goblin.
We brought
You'll
that.
really like this one. Here.
So hold on, I just need a range check. So it's medium-sized.
Yes.
It's a lobster with red wings, with the bottom half that resembles kind of like a horse, but not hooves. Like,
Is it
Like, does it have like satyr legs, kind of?
Sort of, yeah. Except that it's definitely like a single hoof instead of like bifurcated.
Is it wearing a white suit?
It's wearing like white robes.
what you're telling me is it's a freak.
I kind of want to yell out, "Are you connected to the weird cat lady?"
He kind of like narrows his. Actually, oh yeah. The other thing is he's got 3 eyes. Like he's got the two normal eyes and face, and then he's got this other eye that kind of looks around in different directions that doesn't blink. And all 3 eyes just kind of snap towards you when you like the middle. The standard eyes just kind of glare, whereas the middle eye just seems to glow for a moment. Cat.
Yeah, Hale is going to just like sort of put his hand on his forehead, like to block. Like he doesn't want to be a lobster guy.
So yeah, I need clarification before we move any further. What was the thing about the eye? It turns you into a lobster. What was that?
Does weird shit. I don't know.
I didn't write it down, and I need clarification before we move forward.
You were told that the eye does stuff, and apparently the lobster people to the east that you didn't talk to used to be other types of people, but the eye turned them into lobster people.
Oh, you know what? I think the lobster lady reacted to cat lady, so I think they
This isn't a lady.
I'm calling the lobster lady. I don't know lobster anatomy. The Torn lady with the coins, do you know her? Someone else take over. I suck at talking.
Don't you speak that bitch's name around me.
Oh,
we don't like her either.
Hey, he seems to brighten up at this. Oh, good.
What?
She is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What?
Can you let us pass?
Yeah, this is the picture I drew of him. I didn't draw the bottom half though, because I'm really I'm bad at spacing it, but I drew kind of like the upper half of the body, so it's like it's a bigger picture that I then turned into a token.
Phaedra will yell out, "What problem do you have with Thorn?"
Just go with the flow.
Shut up, Rock.
See, is such a wretched creature.
Yeah.
He sips his drink and then kind of tosses the glass towards like this big servant here, and it seems to reach out a tentacle and catch it. You've had dealings with her. You know that how nasty she can be.
Yeah, she's terrible at cards.
Second greatest opponent.
Question. Multiple questions. I don't know who this is. Do you have any problems with any other goddesses or gods?
Ha! God.
They're not
He
gods.
kind of shakes his head.
So, like you don't like her. Can we don't like her either. That makes us friends. Can you just let us go to the next
He kind
area?
of like looks over at the big crustacean that is carrying a plate and like kind of wave at it. It comes scuttling over towards you, lowering down a drinks tray.
Oh, that's too strong for me.
Kale is just gonna like Phaedra. Are those enchanted in any way?
They don't appear to be.
Ah, fuck it.
I'm invisibly taking one. I'm still invisible. I'm picking up a glass.
Rock will take one and sip it.
The glass just vanished.
Because it's alcohol, roll con save.
Jesus, how strong is it if you just sip it?
Yeah, I sip it and I get instantly hammered. This is some bonkers alcohol. But I'm more
No, you don't.
bonkers.
If I'm drinking.
Is removed from the drink.
Kale and Urk, this is probably one of the best drinks you've ever had. It's already making you buzz. It's already getting you a little bit buzzed. That's why it's probably The best way to describe it would be like college fruit punch.
Oh, jungle juice.
Jungle juice. Yeah.
That's what you guys call it. Okay. But yeah, like where
yes,
it tastes
jungle
very
juice.
sweet, and you're not expecting it to have a punch, and then it knocks you
Grain
out your ass.
alcohol and fruit punch is what it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, they used to do a trash can, and then people
Yep.
would just come in and dump shit into the trash can.
Trash
Second
can.
there, I thought you said drain alcohol. I was just like,
No,
you have
drain.
very low standards.
Like
over there.
Everclear. No, Everclear. and
Oh yeah, it was
fruit.
toilet wine.
It's toilet wine.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not grain alcohol. It's drain
Drano.
alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, I'll. This is very good.
He flaps his wings and flies over towards the ground, landing. Basically waving his hand for another drink.
Question.
So
You
he
said
grabs it.
it was the second worst person to play cards again. Who was the worst?
No. Enemy.
Oh yeah. Who's the worst then?
Oh, the worst would be Black Dwarf. But she's one of my people, so that's why it makes it worse. She always had a thing about tracing me down. Hate that
Weird
bitch
people.
worse than Thorn.
So like, you live here in the Shadowfell, right?
What's the Shadowfell?
Okay, yeah.
Kind of stares at you.
We're looking for the exits.
Exit.
We have some business.
He kind of like stares at you again. I don't know what you mean, but did you bring me anything?
I have some gold. You like gold, right?
Gold will do, but I prefer interesting baubles, especially anything, crystal-y related. I do enjoy crystals. Crystals are nice.
How about dragon scale?
Oh, he's into math.
Dragon scales. No. Those are so last season.
Okay. Yeah, I have some gold here. Have some gold.
What are you attempting to sleight of hand, Senna?
Yeah, so she's going to just kind of casually grab her, like kind of move her hand up and like she's fiddling with the chain of her amulet and slide it down, and she's going to try to detect a portal up here.
It's right there in the middle of that water.
Yeah, figured.
He's basically set up camp right on top of it.
So it's like right by under the gold, basically.
We're probably like right in the middle. Like the gold is like on a platform, and that you can sort of see, but it's like that bracket, that murky water is impossible to see through. You just know there's a portal down there, which you, due to your skills, can navigate.
That's the one where we need to attach ourselves so we don't get lost.
We could offer to bring the gold to the gold pile and then just swoop the. Anyway. Yeah, so we have some gold. Do you have any nasty little secrets on Torn? Wait, Frog doesn't know Torn. He wouldn't ask that. I don't think I met her even. So.
Yeah, Frog hasn't met Torn.
Yeah. I just know, like, weird people are connected to Torn. So it's like, weird person, it's gotta be connected. So.
I mean, I'm sure you've heard, like, possibly, like, in fireside chats from some of the roses, like, Vader might have casually mentioned it.
Our characters probably talk when we're walking more than we do in character. Like, I would have heard about this Thorn lady and how much some people don't like her. I think Kale doesn't like her, right?
He's never...
I know.
I don't think he's ever personally met her.
Will doesn't like her. I know Will knows. Will knows stuff, right? Anywho,
Will doesn't know shit. He just acts like he does.
Yeah,
but he doesn't like Thorn, no.
I do not currently have a Thorn coin on me, or I would offer it to him. Be like, here, you wanna go punch her a few times? There's a way to get there.
So he looks over at the party and spots Urk and Urk's instruments and yells, Hey, Bard, how about some music?
Oh, I can't believe you assumed that just because he has an instrument, he's a bard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ingar sips the lobster man sips his drink. Oh, how rude of me. I've not introduced myself now, have I? I am. You are before Yengar, and he kind of does a theatrical bow, but but the middle eye, the one on the stalk, keeps watching him, while the rest of his head bows. And you are here in my domain. It is much nicer than where I've been. And he kind of shakes his head.
Where have you been?
Oh, such a dreadful place. Most people coming out of it just refer to it as the prison.
The Amber Temple?
And he kind of frowns. No. What is this Amber Temple you speak of?
Oh, you mean the prison plane.
Yes, there we go. Well, the entire place kind of ripped open recently, which is pretty interesting. And I and others took a chance and escaped. And now I'm here in a more paradise of a place.
Who else did you escape with?
Well, persuasion.
Come on, Phaedra. +0.
He kind of shakes his head and waggles a finger. No, that would be telling.
What if I give you gold? That would be selling.
No. I have already demanded that you give me tribute because you're here in my land.
Yeah, but we have extra gold, so we can give you more gold.
And you still haven't given me any gold. And none of you have. And gold is just gold.
I don't have any gold.
What's gold between friends, right?
Roll persuasion.
God. Oh, I forgot. I'm kind of good.
He kind of looks down at you, just downs his drink. Perhaps you're right, little goblin. Perhaps you're right. And he reaches over and tries to pat you on your head.
I'll allow it.
All right, performance check from Urk, please. Ooh, minor illusion. Oh, wow. The fish folk are all captivated by this and form up to give you audience. Yes, the skulls definitely help. They are all mesmerized.
Whilst they're all mesmerized, we walk past them.
Kristen just looks at Anstey at this point.
Okay, hold on. What's that pile out there?
That's his treasure pile. That's what he was lounging on as you guys were coming up.
Will's just going to stealth. If we need to pay, might as well give him something. Give back something.
Well, Frank has persuaded himself out of paying, but Yengar starts walking around the rest of you and taps one of his hooves. Says, well, the rest of you still have yet. You've been enjoying my hospitality and yet to have given me any tribute. Or if you want to be a politer term, perhaps a host gift to the party. The bard is giving lovely music. Kind of gestures over at Urk. And this goblin has offered companionship.
Don't we have some good wine? We can give them some wine. I think they like that.
I feel like Crescent's was just glancing at Cinna, giving her that look.
Yes.
The look of like, I want to hit it.
Yeah, Will's gone. None of you know where Will went.
She'll whisper to, I guess if Crescent's right by Senna, she'll be like, the portal's right in the center of the water.
If you want to go into the water, friends, you do have to pay for the privilege.
Sure. What's the admission price? 100 gold?
He kind of pats
we're
Jack
friends.
on the head
but...
again. I've got a lot of gold. I do enjoy other things.
Not anymore.
Did you? Oh God! What did Will just do?
Will is over there.
Yeah.
Crescent goes, and well, I don't have anything to give.
I mean, let's see. We
Not a
can
lot.
roll around just to piss him off.
Oh God! Don't, Eric! No!
What are?
Give him a bean.
I mean, he has beans. I don't feel like we need to give him one.
You should put some beans in the gold pile. They'll grow there, right? And druid craft them.
Will,
He wouldn't need
what are you attempting to
to, right?
steal from the pile?
Water
You
is-
see gold. You
Oh,
see
yeah.
things that look like pearls and little bits of like gems and crystal gems, and there seems to be items as well.
I love how you suggest doing that and then immediately back your character up. For the record.
What,
Sure.
me?
Yeah.
Oh,
you.
no, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Put a bean in the pile. Take 4 steps back.
So what are items? Because I mean, gold and gems and pearls and who cares really?
Okay.
It's just money.
Give me a 1d100.
Oh goodness, I'm rolling. Guys, help!
I mean, if Phaedra's
send
back,
vibes. What?
if Phaedra's
Oh,
at
yeah.
the back of the party, Kayla is whispering to her, "Is there anything magical in that pile over there?"
Oh, that's an invisibility
Stand to get
cloak, isn't it?
closer.
Oh, she's not close enough.
Yeah, she's got to be within like 30 feet.
Hold on, I'm trying to find my right page.
Is this the point where I'm going to roll another D100, roll 2D?
She's not going to be able to stealth over there with her.
No, but I mean, you could casually,
I could, but that's not
She'd have to be this
Phaedra's
close.
nature whenever this motherfucker is right next to Wifey.
Mm.
She was actually going to move right here whenever I'm trying to figure out what she would do instead.
Actually, roll me a 1d7 as well.
Oh, wait, what is 7? That's not a die, you're lying.
Yeah, that's where typing it out comes in handy. Okay.
It's a 2.
Okay, so 93. Like you reach into the pile, and you grab a a scroll case.
Oh, not another one. Well, I mean, Will takes it.
Yeah, Phaedra's moving up. Everything all right, dear?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything's fine. Crescent kind of. I don't have any magic equipment or anything like that. Oh, I do have magic equipment, but that's all I got. I have my shirt and pants.
All we want to do is pass through. What do you want? You want a magic item? Why is this a trend, by the way?
Because I like magic items.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people that we run up against once.
Here, want a bean?
What? Yeah, you just see Vader go, what?
Roll me a 1d6, please, Will.
Oh.
Sadly,
Another 2.
Since you rolled a spell scroll, I have to figure out what skill it is. Okay, that's easier. Good. Okay. You found a clerical spell called Temple of the Gods.
I don't know what that spell is. I don't think
It's in
Will can cast
Xanathar's.
it. Okay.
Yeah, this is what Crescent would do. He's gonna use the helmet telepathy towards Cinna. Can I hit him yet?
I mean, we are kind of surrounding him a little.
Oh, why are you leaving this up to me?
And Cinna doesn't look like she wants to answer. Just start asking everyone.
Yeah, I feel like she's like looking at all the things around. Oh, hold on, let me zoom out real quick. What are we doing?
There's a lot.
All the Sahagin
She's
that
all
are
about
currently being distracted by the bard.
She's all very much. Oh, did we lose Tobias? No, he's still here. Who's that?
Hello.
Jesse.
Jesse.
There he is.
Question.
Welcome back, Jesse.
There's no way for me to cast a spell, is there?
Are you invisible?
Looking.
He's stealthing.
Depends on the components of the spell.
Yeah, verbal.
Verbal, as long as it doesn't have verbal, you can without them noticing.
No. This spell is verbal somatic. No, hold on. I'm not invisible. I'm standing right next to the.
He just offered him a bean.
Yeah, I'm offered him a bean. I'm standing there out in the open.
I mean, you can still cast a spell out in the open.
Yeah, I'm just saying the spell that I picked up, which is Temple of the God, which is a cleric spell. There's no way for me to cast it from a spell scroll, is there?
Probably.
I think any class can use a spell as long as they can cast. They just can't
Look what
transcribe it.
happened with look what happened with Varen and tearing the portal open. Bad things happen if you fail.
I might be able to do it because I'm a paladin.
If they're spells that have, I mean, it wasn't a correct spell. Is what caused that? It was something that was basically a work in progress, and it caused the rip.
I'm just gonna read up on the.
If the spell is on your class's spell list, but of a higher level, you can make an ability check.
Cinna will answer Crescent. You know me, and I'm all about survival. I don't know if we can take all of this.
Okay, it looks like it has to be your class's spell list, or you can't. It's unintelligible.
Okay.
But I don't know. We're just here to get him to point A to point B. Ain't my call, you know?
True.
I see point B. And points at the water.
Yep.
Yeah, Phaedra's gonna ask, is his name Yengar? Did I write that down right?
Yes.
Okay. So you've called her a bitch, you've said she's done horrible things, but what did Thorn actually do to you?
Let's see. Kind of like swivels his eye around to look at you before turning his body.
Mm-hmm. She kind of looks down a little bit when he does that.
She has interfered with a lot of my stuff, and gotten me in trouble. He starts listing off things that kind of don't make much sense. Like, he starts spilling out names that mean nothing. Something about space and ships and something about intergalactic police and things of that nature, which again sound like nonsense words, and he's like basically implying that like, you know, he would do something and then she would come around and get him in trouble for it and like point the cops in his direction. That
So
sort of stuff.
kind of like what happened with Meredith. Right?
Except they weren't. They were looking for her for other reasons, but they were in the same organization. But kind of like that. Like, yeah, people would be coming after him as a result.
I mean, she does like to mix things up a bit, but I don't think like she's inherently evil. I know I am not popular on this viewpoint with some. But, I mean, we're just wanting to pass, and you want magic items. Oh, hello, bye.
Well, magic. Ugh. He closes his eyes. That stuff. Yeah, sometimes I like to take apart those magical items just to figure out why they stay like that. Magic is so annoying.
I'm so tempted to use for
How about this?
Where's Bondle going?
I don't know.
Away.
How about
I can't get off. Oh, I did move myself off the map. I can't get back.
How about you and 5 of your friends take a little daydream together? How's that sound?
What?
Are you threatening me?
What?
No. He'll hands up. Holds up one finger, reaches into a bag of holding, and pulls out 6 blue vials of stardust that has the dream spell on each of them that they found in the Illithid spaceship.
Fuck is that?
Hey kids, wanna buy some drugs? Oh my god, Vader's become a drug dealer. I'm so proud.
Does Will? Where's Will? No, Fader's not a drug.
So
we found these.
Let me go look at the description again.
Yeah, I can post what you typed to me. 1 second. Where is it? I feel like that's something that we could give up. That's not.
I'm on the right section now. I can actually look that up. You found that on the Illithid spaceship, which was level 19.
6 vials of stardust, 1 cast a dream spell each. DC 15.
What's the okay, dream spell?
Dream is level 5, isn't it?
I'm just trying to see what sort of stuff that does.
Don't you also have to
illusion.
be sleeping
Right.
to be cast Dream Upon?
Well, yeah, it allows you to basically do a bunch of fun stuff in your dreams.
Yeah, but you need to cast that on someone who's sleeping, right?
Yeah.
But you can.
You become the messenger.
Yeah.
Like
it's a high level spell though, so it ain't cheap.
Yeah. So he reaches out a hand towards her.
Well, I was just asking if you had any thoughts because I don't think we have much here at the moment. But
do we have an accord?
From you, maybe.
What
are the others offering?
These are 6 items. This should cover 6 people.
6 different items. He kind of folds his lower set of arms.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, fuck this guy. Kill him.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, can we just kill him already, please?
That was my effort. That was I wanted to try diplomacy, y'all, before we went to murder.
It was just. All right. We're not gonna pay the toll. What are you gonna do about it?
I see everyone getting angry. I'm like, come on, just take the files. We're friends, right? You don't want things to
pay,
escalate.
and he's refused.
Roll persuasion from Frock again.
If he doesn't accept, I will smite his ass first. 28. My persuasion is good today, at least.
Like, we shouldn't need to give him so much random garbage.
honestly, Fader will speak up. Look, we're trying to pass. We have a much bigger fish to fry, and I'm not willing to expend all of our resources to be able to just do this. We can do this the hard way or the easy way. We tried easy. How about now? It looks like we're edging on hard.
Was that
Still,
pun
there are
intended?
10 of you. Why should I let you pass for only 8 items?
Because we're friends, and you don't want things to escalate.
Kind of
We were-
stomps his hoof again.
Is my music not good enough?
Of course your music is good enough, Bard.
Hold on. If we need a number 10 for 10, hold on 1 second before we go murder out. 1 second. I know.
But why not? It would feel so good.
I
Yeah,
know.
to be
Hold
honest.
on.
We can murder and then steal her items. How about that? That sounds like a good plan.
God damn it! I should have.
hold on,
I should have prepared the water
on.
to the
Hold
water
on.
spell to manipulate water, just so that I can boil
on,
the
hold on,
lobster.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we have 9 people, not 10, and one of those are invisible. So for all he knows, we have 8 people.
Like he stated, you have 10, which means either he counts Sylvie as a person, which I do as a GM because she's a dragon.
Sylvie is no longer here. She's in my dimension. She doesn't count anymore.
When did that happen?
Just now, when she was like 10 people, I'm like, okay, now it's 9.
Still, that's one off.
Wait.
Will disappears and then it goes there. 8.
Yeah, 8 people. We're good now. Right?
Why do I
And
feel? Wait, I need
Just
clarification.
because you
Didn't
can't
we
be
give the-
visually seen doesn't mean I don't know you're there, he grumbles.
I assumed you were
Yeah, but-
stupid. My bad.
we're friends. I don't have to pay.
Not at all stupid.
I think I forgot to delete something from the inventory. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we give the porn Gnomes Gone Wild to somebody?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, we gave it to a Sphinx.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
I forgot about that.
I was
Why
like,
does-
wait, why is this
Yes,
still
we
here?
gave-
Why
like
does
we-
everything want to
Yes,
steal
remember
our
we gave a
magic
lot of Sphinx
items?
stuff.
Yeah, I know. That's
Every
fine. I just didn't
time.
update that one.
Yeah, it's a little everything
I'm gonna-
wants something, and
I'm gonna-
I think we just need to start killing.
And this is what Carson's going to do. He's going to, for the telepathy, to everyone that they might not want to be within 10 feet of him in a second here.
Yeah, does will count?
Yeah, everything else is something useful that we could
Yeah,
need
we'll do
against
that.
Galen Cole, and I'm not willing to give it up.
Yeah, we're just
Honestly,
gonna.
I can put it in the chat if you guys want. If you see anything that you want to throw in,
No,
hold on.
No,
let's
No,
just-
I don't want to
point-
give these people
point-
anything.
point-
We're
No,
We're
I'm
done,
done.
we're done. We're done.
Doing handouts.
We're just gonna kill
point
everything.
Point of clarification. He was saying things interesting. He was also mentioning gems and whatnot.
Yeah,
Don't
that's still
care.
very valuable stuff for.
Yeah, I
especially
need
mage
those
classes.
Yeah,
if
no.
someone dies.
People who
you
need
know.
components.
We're done with
Well,
handouts.
we
are
have
valuable.
beetles. We could give beetles.
Oh yeah, have some
If
beetles.
that's interesting.
Here you go.
Oh, we have 7 GP worth of gems.
Yeah, but
No,
gems
we
are
need
useful.
those.
Gems are
We
valuable for
Don't
us.
give up.
Beetles.
Sometimes-
We have plans for those gems. They're
Yeah,
gonna.
Some people have need for gems.
We have a mummified
exact-
hand wearing 2 rings.
Oh, wait! I know it was for the big fight, but what about that heart that kills someone who touches it?
No, that's in there. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's still there.
We can give that. Yeah.
Oh God, So here's the thing. I don't want to. The chocolate covered fish. I mean, we can. Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, let's try.
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay, so Fader will pull out 4 chocolate covered fish.
Lobsters love chocolate covered fish.
I mean, Fader.
I mean, I
likes it.
really want to kill this guy, to be honest.
They
I
don't
know.
actually. I don't think lobsters
Free
eat
loot,
meat. They only eat it to
But
clean up their.
the first things he
They're bottom feeders. They're
says was
scavengers.
Yeah.
just demanding tribute for.
Hey,
Nothing.
let's
Let's
agree.
give it the wind up tomato masher. I mean, you never know when it needs to wind up
Okay, so-
mashed tomatoes.
Fader
That's
will hand
interesting.
over the 6 potions of Stardust, the spring-loaded pogo stick, the wind-up tomato masher, and the mummified elven hand wearing 2 rings. That should cover everybody.
And
That's
like
10.
looks at these all, and
right?
and his tail just kind of moves up and down as if he's excitedly wagging it. But it's unusual to look at because it's kind of like the back half of a lobster. But shortened.
I feel like this is just a waste of items.
Yeah, they're
But
junk items, though.
It's junk items, though,
yeah,
so it's
let's-
When are we
I-
going to
I
use a
kinda
wind-up
wanted to
tomato
hold-
masher,
Yeah.
Vondel?
You never
I
know.
Unless you want to
And-
add it to your
You
Mega
never
Man
know.
I wanted to keep the pogo stick in the hand, but if we need to kick those out here, I'm willing
Yeah,
to.
Well, if we
he
only
takes
need 10
those,
items,
flies
we got-
up and sets them down on his treasure hoard, like admiring
So wait,
them.
we only how many do we need?
10, right?
Okay, so 6.
Crap. Hey, when that happens.
How many do we need, Grizz?
He's
9?
accepting your tribute.
Yeah, but we're deciding if we want to actually give him all that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought you
we're
had.
Not,
I'm sorry.
No. We're discussing. I will put
Yeah,
it.
he's
I
still
will
there.
put this out there. How about
We could
next
give him a couple
time?
beetles, too, because we're not going to
Yeah,
use
yeah.
those again.
Yeah. I want to put this out there. How about next time someone asks for tribute, we
We
just
just kill 'em?
smash them.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
just kill 'em.
we just
'Cause-
straight up kill them.
Everything
That-
we've
it's-
come across recently is just tribute.
Like
Yeah.
slowly whittling down what we have.
Like we need stuff to kill Galen. We don't have time to deal with your petty bullshit.
So we're gonna
people.
throw
Just
in 4
smash them.
chocolate fish.
Yeah. Chocolate fish.
Welcome to D&D.
I want to keep the pogo stick because for some reason I feel like that may be helpful.
Yeah.
Wind up tomato masher.
Welcome
Yeah.
to D&D.
Well, 6 potions, 4 fish, that's 10 things, right? Or does he need 10 different things?
Oh.
He
He wants
also
different
he also
things, I think.
accepted Frock's friendship and Urk playing music, but he didn't he seemed kind of doubtful at getting multiple of the same item.
Friendship. We'll see.
Okay, so
I would like
Fine.
to offer him 4 Eldritch Blasts to the face.
If you want to attack him,
Uh,
we can do that. We can go the battle route.
and we'll do 500 white beetles.
The one problem I can see with us killing him is that the dragon would be a bitch after that, maybe.
The
But
dragon wants us to kill him.
The
Yeah,
dragon
yeah,
wants
yeah.
to-
yeah, but like if we want, or like, hey, we want to.
So it's possible that we do this and not kill him and then try to get through the portal and we're going to have to fight an ancient dragon. That's one of the thoughts that I had.
I mean, the dragon won't follow us through the portal.
No,
'cause
but the
he
dragon
scares
also
blood
alluded
there.
that they had control over something over this domain. I remember that.
Oh.
Yep. But I'm willing to
Okay.
throw this in and try diplomacy for once.
Yeah, let's see. Else we will try diplomacy, you know. The fun kind.
I'm making sure I just delete everything. Okay. Okay, I think, is everybody good with those tributes? Before we offer and see what happened?
Sure.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure.
Yeah,
guess.
absolutely.
I don't see
Are
us
you still
using any
are you
of
still
those.
offering the dream vials too?
Yes, sorry,
No,
drink
okay.
vials. I need to leave those out as well.
Okay, so if you're offering them to him, he does take them and carries them off to his treasure pile. What do you guys wish to do?
Senna will say to the group, portal is in the center of the water.
Yay,
Is
let's
it under
go.
the water? Because no.
I believe
We'll
it's
be
just floating on
fine.
top.
Remember, we have to tie ourselves together.
Whoops.
What?
Ah. It'll take me too long to drown. I'll be fine.
Me and like me and Frog just immediately jumped into the middle
Hey,
of
look,
the...
there's 2 of me now.
I'll,
All right.
I'll get tied up.
Yeah, because we need to anchor ourselves together, basically.
All right. Then we'll
Like,
do
I
the
haven't-
same.
I haven't been with you guys that long, but it seems like you get demanded to offer tribute a lot. Is that a usual thing?
Recently.
Recently, yeah. Fate will say.
And you'd actually always pay it?
We're lazy.
No. I
Not
feel like we
always.
not always, but if murder or if violence can be skirted, I mean,
that's the fun part.
I mean, I'll tell you, I'm better with this taps Bob than with fancy words.
Because it feels like extortion, really. Anyway, ready to get out of this terrible place.
Yeah. Cinna will go in front because she knows where the portal is. Vader in the back.
That's why I was thinking of like bring it back for Ian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, no bottles. Just drink glasses.
Wait, is she still a drunkard?
No, actually, she's not.
And as the last couple people are jumping down into the water, he's just kind of staring at you all with fascination. Keeps looking at the water, waiting for you guys to come back up, even though you don't. Who would like to make the decision to roll a dice?
I'll roll it. Because I want to punish you.
Okay, roll a 1d8.
Yeah, she is still drinking for the taste of it, but she just can't get drunk.
6 total. I can't believe you fucked us so much.
Yes, now you have to fight Granny the White Dragon.
Oh God! Why
Ancient
did
White
you roll
Dragon.
6? If you roll a 1,
you
anything
wouldn't
from
have to
1
worry
to
about
5
an
instead of
ancient
an
white
8.
dragon where you're going. There's not going to be any frost or snow.
Granny the White, I see.
Alright, so there's a bit of discombobulation as you enter it through the portal at the bottom of the water, because first you're like all wet and murky, you can't see anything, and the next thing you know, you're like walking or floating somewhere, and then one by one, you end up in what feels like a dark, foreboding forest. It's like the mist is just kind of gently around you, and rather than the water, you're all still wet, and there's like little bits of detritus clinging to each of you because this was a very murky swamp you dove into. But now you're in dark, creepy woods, hearing the occasional hoot of an owl. And
I imagine I didn't dive. I had to be drug.
Yeah, drug.
Well, you were tied to.
I was tied up and drug along.
And
chained together.
Shake.
The occasional distant howl of a wolf, or maybe not so distant, along with the other sound, another distant sound, hopefully distant, flapping of wings. But the forest canopy above you is so dense that you can't see the sky. You're pretty sure it's night, though. It is cold. Oh. It is not a warm tropical jungle, but a cold forest, kind of like the I want to say the Black Forest in Germany. It has that sort of feel.
So like the farce in Barovia a little, because that was kind of
It's almost like being back in Barovia, but not quite as cold as that.
A dark European forest.
Yes.
Fucking Europeans and their forests.
How big do these wings like? Talking like
distant something large, possibly another dragon or so out there.
I'm amazed that you can tell the wingspan by the sound.
Well, I would imagine well, think about it. Like,
well, is it like whip, 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 or whoosh, whoosh, whoosh?
Ah, yes.
Whoosh, whoosh.
The East German Great
And
Owl.
the speed of the flap is indicative of size, right?
I now just picturing like a dragon instead of whoosh whoosh whoosh, like a hummingbird.
Oh God!
Oh,
oh my God! Yes, hummingbird dragon, writing it in.
So, which direction are the wings coming from? North, south, east, west from us?
It feels like it's going away from you. Like it's not. It's just background noise. It's not something that you have to immediately worry about.
Well. Yeah, Cinna's going to want to try to get eyes on it if she can quickly climb a tree and get above the canopy.
Okay. You're gonna have to give me a what is it? A athletics for climb check.
So can I pull some Legolas bullshit and actually no, I'll do athletics. Never mind.
Can I assist you by like doing like the the where you put your hands and you lift?
Cheerleader help.
Mm-hmm.
So advantage. 21's better.
That's worse. Just do better.
Will is just standing here taking in the aesthetic of the forest. Meanwhile, you guys are pulling off cheerleading moves together up in the tree.
She just wants to get eyes on what the fucking thing with the wings is. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. So she climbs up through the brambles, disturbs some birds up there that were sleeping for the night, and you hear them crying out and upset that you did that. You poke your head up over the tree line, and you see what looks like endless forests from here, and occasional peaks of perhaps mountains. This place is a lot bigger than the last one you're at. And you definitely see what appears to be a large, dark, dragon-shaped form flying away kind of towards the distant mountains.
We talking ancient? We talking younger?
It looks probably ancient.
Okay. While she's up there, can she do some, just like a 360 perception check to see if there's any areas of interest?
All right, give me a perception check.
Cool.
Much of the trees are swaddled in mist. It's like a lot of the mist hangs out just around the tree line. So it's hard to see if there are potential gaps where the mist is much heavier. So you're like seeing occasional trees poking up over the mist, like spreading some greenery, but everything else is like flat mist from here. But as you're like looking towards the dragon and peering towards the mountains occasionally, you do see towards the base of the mountain, but not on the same side the dragon's flying to. Like the dragon's flying to like one side of the main mountain you're looking at. On the other side of that mountain, you kind of see off to the side from your position what looks like trailing smoke, like the evidence of people and definitely more than just a campfire.
Okay. As she's coming down, just for she's gonna take a deep breath and she's gonna give herself some temporary HP. Oh, thanks, Senna. 1. So 6. She's gonna use her tireless feat just to give her some extra hit points, and then she'll go down and she'll say, could she tell which color the dragon was, by the way, or was it too dark?
It was too dark.
Okay. Looks like another ancient dragon flying off in that direction. She'll point. Forest seems to go on for forever. This is much larger than the island. Mountain in the opposite direction, and looks to be some smoke. A large amount of smoke might be something to check out. More than just a campfire. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Annie's bitching about tuna. Apologies, I didn't realize that she was.
Give me 11 minutes and I can find some stuff out.
All right.
All right.
You can take a moment to.
Just, I don't know. Yeah, take a moment to, dry our clothes.
Yeah. Imagine we also untying ourselves at this
point. Oh, yeah. So we're just gonna, sit down, commune with nature.
Crescent is just gonna shake like a dog to get all the water off him.
It's going to take him 11 minutes to cast a spell as a ritual.
Fader will pull out Cinder and have her do her wings to help dry everybody off.
Yeah, Kale's just gonna prestidigitate himself clean.
Get all the little bits of detritus, little bits of algae, bits of like dead wood that was in that water that was in your hair. It's now all nice and clean. Not as good as a spa day, but it'll do.
He's still gonna mutter about when was the last time that he got to take a proper bath.
Crescent's gonna put some algae on. After he cleans himself, he's gonna put it on Kale.
Kale is just going to scowl at him.
He's just gonna smile.
You know, that's how you get an Eldritch Blast to the face there, Crescent.
Okay.
Oh, don't frighten me of a good time.
Within 3 miles. And I take it you're going to give instant knowledge to the rest of the party?
Well, yeah, hold on. Yeah, I am. I'm just deciding what knowledge I gain because I have to pick 3.
Correct.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with...
But what are your options?
It's in the spell right there.
Ah.
They're the 3 little lines, basically.
And I think...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and I think that when it says relevant plants, minerals, animals, or peoples, I have to pick one of those as well. Like, I can't just say all plants and all minerals and all animals and all peoples. I have to pick specifically peoples or animals.
I mean, peoples might be nice. Yeah, it's a hard choice.
Yeah, I've decided to go with prevalent peoples, influence from other planes of existence, and buildings.
All right. So this is a domain of dread, which means it is part material, part Shadowfell. So you kind of feel that you're at the intersection of the Shadowfell and the material plane all at once. So there's that.
I'm feeling like the material plane is intercepting itself here.
Yeah, basically they're overlayered each other.
Ah, yeah.
And it's like a weird feel. It's a weird feeling, but it's common. It's how domains of dread tend to exist. They are. They're kind of both the material plane, which means things live, grow, and die normally, but they're also corrupted by the Shadowfell and are kind of trapped in a bubble. Which it's how they operate. The other one was peoples, correct?
Yes, yes.
All right, so. You feel within 3 miles of you, in the direction, and let's just call it north, which is towards the bigger mountain that Cinna saw. We'll call that north. You are definitely feeling more people towards the north than anywhere else, because it's prevalent. And so it seems like there's a community out in that direction. Buildings also the same. Like you're feeling like there's maybe a town or possibly a best way to put it, like a castle or fort is in that direction.
Alright, so Will is going to share that information once he's coming out of the trance. Because I do believe this... Does this stop me from being able to... Nope. It doesn't. Never mind. Alright. Well, yeah. You said the smoke was from the north.
Yes. More than just like a campfire, though. Something more. So.
Yes, it's a settlement of some kind. Definitely. Seems to be people over there. Can't tell what exactly.
Kale's just like, well, maybe they'll have a bathhouse.
Maybe. It definitely seems like there's heavier structures over there. Possibly a fort, maybe even a castle.
All right.
It's definitely making itself into an imprint on the nature of its surroundings.
Guess we head that way.
I guess, unless we chase down that ancient dragon.
Fader will.
I'll pass.
Yeah, I'm with Kale on this one. Let's not.
Alright.
Task at hand. We've got to get to Galen.
Then off we go.
Hey ho, hey ho. So north we go.
We go north.
Go north.
Alright, who's leading this party?
Not it.
Senna will keep. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep this,
Yep.
Yeah.
So has she detected portal yet? Just to make sure it's not like right behind us.
So she detected portal at the pond, but she can only do that once a short rest.
Ah, okay.
Question. When Will checks for influences from other planes of existence, and can he tell if there's? I mean, he doesn't say he should be able to locate portals, but could he feel the influence of the Shadowfell being stronger in other places, like such?
Sadly, no.
All right.
Wait a second. Where were we where Lunisa murdered that hag?
Are you talking about the Dark Forest? Yeah, I was thinking about that with the bubbles.
Yeah.
The Swiss cheese shadow.
Vader could see that with her magic eyes.
Yeah, and Kale could sense it to some degree.
Yeah, but that wasn't like the domains of dread where the portals are hidden.
Yeah, no. I was just curious. Where were we when we were doing that?
I
just somewhere on Lufar.
You were on an eastern continent of Alaris.
Alaris, yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. I just had a brain fart. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Okay.
We were in the piss off the old hag forest.
Swiss cheese and hags.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why it was the hags were drawn to it. There's the influence
Swiss
from other
cheese
planes.
everywhere.
Cheese.
Old ladies and cheese.
Yeah, Senna will lead the way, heading north.
Right.
Fader will take up the rear.
Give me perception checks.
Go. All of us?
Yep.
Okay.
Here we go.
We click on buttons.
Trying to click that button, not the plus down.
Okay.
So as you walk along through the dark, spooky woods, you occasionally hear the sounds of creak, and as you look around, you notice that every once in a while, one of the trees looks to be eyes and a mouth, watching you, and turning its head to follow your movements.
Will, are those friends of yours?
Will.
Is that like a long-lost relative if Keanu leaves?
Possibly. Hold on. Let me go and ask. Will walks over and kind of taps the staff against the tree. Dun, 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 dun. Excuse me.
The tree makes a bunch of creaking noises, which you understand to be, that is quite rude.
Yeah, whatever. What's this place called?
This is the Dark Forest, the Hunter's Woods.
The Hunter's Woods is better named. The Dark Forest. You know, there's a lot of places called the Dark Forest for good reasons. I'm not saying you don't have a good reason. I'm just saying it's not very original.
Creak, 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 creak. It is what it's always been known as.
Yeah, sure it has. You totally didn't read about it in a, good book or something, and they took the name. Of course not. Anyway.
The tree continues to make creaking noises. With everyone else, you hear creaking noises. To Will.
Even Will is making creaking noises.
His knees.
Yeah, he speaks with his knees.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Knees.
He's just squatting every time he wants to make a sentence.
But lately, the creaks, the huntress has been calling these woods her own.
The huntress, you say?
Yes. She stalks the woods and hunts as she pleases.
What does she hunt?
All sorts of things. She recently nearby took out a rather impressive buck and slung it over her shoulders.
Oh, all right. Okay. Fair enough.
And then the shadow dragon swooped down and ate the buck from her hands.
So did she have her prey, stolen?
No. I believe she feeds it.
Oh. She feeds her pet dragon. Got it.
I do not think it is a pet.
Well, I mean, if it cannot sustain itself and it needs someone else to care for it, I feel like it's fair to call it a pet.
I think she does it to keep the people in the village from being eaten. Though there are those of their number who would sacrifice themselves to that thing.
I see. So anything interesting around here other than that? Shadow Dragon, impressive huntress. What about sightseeing spots?
I do not know what you mean.
Well, that's a shame. Poor tourism. Any other people passing through?
Not usually from your direction. Mostly they come from the village, and occasionally they come from other places carrying torches and wearing black robes. I think those ones are the ones that worship the shadow dragon.
Oh, and they're not from the town then?
Oh, they have some of their number in the town, I imagine.
Aha. Shadow Dragon Cult. How original. Let's see. What else do I wish to ask the wise old three? No, enough about me. What do you want to talk about?
I am curious as to how why the others in your group do not talk. They just make chittering noises.
They don't speak the language.
They chitter like squirrels.
Yeah, they do, and it's quite annoying sometimes. It's very hard to keep up with them.
Does he know Spruce Willis?
Oh,
I was gonna say I have the translation pendant, so I understand what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Listen.
This is
the pebble.
This is a language that thing translates. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Kale's just standing there like.
No, they're kind of asking a rude question. They think that all trees know each other, and
That is a really rude question. I just realized.
I don't want to really indulge them, but I'm just gonna say that you said no.
Kale's smirking because he understands what's going on.
I did know someone called Spruce Willis once.
Yeah, I know, but it is a very ordinary name.
I heard they died in a terrible fire.
A lot of trees end up like that.
She's talking horrible.
I feel like this conversation is not going well.
It's going very well, thank you very much. Don't butt in.
As far as tree deaths go, it's typically axes or fire, right? Maybe bark beetles.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, what is your disposition to the people in the north? That way, the town.
As long as they do not come with their axes, I am quite ambivalent towards them.
Right. Nothing else?
Nothing comes to mind.
Cool. Well, Very nice spot to be growing on. I'll be going now. Have a good continued existence.
Have a good evening. And be careful of the shadow dragon.
Yeah, whatever.
Is it an ancient one, or
Will comes back and kind of realigns his knees after talking so much with them.
So, how'd it go?
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
Are you not going to mention the shadow dragon that the tree mentioned?
We don't really know about the dragon.
Or the cultists that are worshipping the said shadow dragon.
But there's a dragon, there's always cultists.
Not wrong.
Kel just sighs.
hey,
I guess the interesting part is the huntress that feeds the dragon to keep the town safe. But beyond
Huntress?
I mean,
what?
Why are we even caring about this? Let's just go.
No, we're just gathering information, Vrock.
Yeah, but we're leaving this plane as soon as we can.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean,
we
do
might
you know
need
where
their
to go?
information to leave the plane.
Yeah, do you know where to go?
I don't know.
Frog, do you know where to go? Huh? Do you know where to go, Frog?
Huh? Okay. Do I have... I can't ask my god to tell me where to go, can I? Nope.
You can certainly try.
But he doesn't have like divination, which is what he would need probably.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I am gonna scry on the huntress.
You don't wait.
You didn't. You
don't know
don't
what they
have
look
any.
like.
Oh yeah, I
description
don't
of
know.
her,
Forget it.
So
Oh yeah, fair. Forget about that. Sorry. Will, you know anything?
I don't know anything other than she hunts and feeds the dragon to probably keep it at peace too, so that it doesn't attack the town. The huntress does sound like an impressive person, though.
She's a protector, then.
I guess. I think like the town is probably a decent place to go to. Probably won't have any meet any trouble there. Though some of the dragon's cultists are probably already in there, infiltrated.
I mean, from my experience in the Shadowfell, not everyone is evil. There's people that are stuck here just like us. Or, you know.
There's good and evil everywhere. I'd say let's go to the town, ask around, see if there's anything that looks like a very obvious portal out of here, and ask them why have they not left if there was an obvious portal.
Head to the town. All right.
Well, enough.
Will is just gonna silently in his mind try to remember what a shadow dragon entails. What does he have to roll for that?
Arcana.
It's +1. Hooray!
Not bad.
I mean, there was that one floor of the Dungeon of the Man Mage that had a shadow dragon and vampires in Shadowfell.
We didn't go in there, though, did we?
We did. We did.
Did we?
We just skipped the dragon part. We met the vampire. We killed a bunch of vampire spawn.
Was that where they had a big yeti as well?
Yeah, the weird yeti.
Yeah, but we never got to the shadow dragon.
No, we said fuck that and kept going.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah, you definitely know that shadow dragons tend to exist because of major contact with the Shadowfell.
Are they technically dragons still? Or are they undead?
Yeah, they are considered dragons, but they typically used to be another kind of dragon.
Okay. So they're still dragons then. Alright. That's good to know.
They tend to be gloomy, is what you kind of remember.
Oh, dreary fuckers.
Yeah, they're basically the emo of the dragon world.
Oh, I can't go out flying into sunlight. Can you imagine what that would do to my skills?
And they are thought to spread gloom and despair within a mile of their lair.
Oh my god, yeah, they're fucking whenever they come to a party, everyone just goes like, oh.
And you can't even see light within 6 miles of their lair. It gets very gloomy and shadowy. Of course, you're in the Shadowfell, so that really doesn't help.
Nah, I'm sure it's fine.
Goddamn golf dragons.
Golf dragon.
Yeah, those are the sort of things that you would recognize if you were in the material plane. Like going, okay, there's a shadow dragon's lair. In the Shadowfell, that information is almost useless. Because that's the normal effects of the Shadowfell.
It basically looks like a dragon that's crashed through a hot topic.
Yeah.
Wearing Junkos?
Yeah. Multiple piercings. A black wig.
Listens to The Cure.
You know.
Eyeliner.
Yep.
The more I think
don't know how to take any of this.
The more I think about that image of that dragon, the more I want it to exist.
The more I just want a hot topic dragon.
Yeah, hot topic dragon.
I mean, you guys remember those, right?
Where?
I posted it on a Reddit
Ugliest
character.
denim trend.
Oh yeah, Jinkos?
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah. That's what the dragon's wearing.
Very ominous.
Chain wallet, spike belt.
Chain wallet, yeah.
I wear a chain wallet, but that's
black nail polish.
But that's because I'm afraid of my wallet falling out of my pocket.
Get a purse.
I hate purses, so
they're not that bad.
I prefer chain wallets.
I just roll with a backpack. Oh God, Portlandia. All right, I guess we make our way to the settlement and go from there. I feel like hearing Huntress, Cinna's going to be on a little high alert.
A fair response.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes the Huntress. They're not
being followed. Yeah, I immediately thought of that too. I thought of Huntress.
Nah, we wouldn't be followed. We're safe.
Yeah, we're gonna start to hear a lullaby soon.
Yeah.
Mm. No, she's too silent for that.
Yeah, she'll get her bearings to lead the group to the settlement, but once she does and like they're walking, like she's gonna be on high alert, just making sure like nobody's following.
All right. So give me a single survival check to see if you can navigate easily in the direction that you saw the smoke coming from. Oh yeah, you have absolutely no problem with that.
Cool.
You quickly bring the group with only a trek of 3 miles.
Oh no, this is fine.
Towards the base of the mountain and towards the side with the smoke, and quickly discover that there, among the trees, is a wall with the occasional turrets on it. A nice, very secure wall made of stone. As you walk around it, eventually you find the gate. It is mostly closed, but there are gate guardians looking down towards you, holding pikes. Another one's holding a bow and an arrow. Actually, several are on there's like guys up with pikes, kind of standing up on the turret side, and then there's like the thing above the gate. I forgot what the name of that is, and you see several people holding bows and arrows, kind of like looking down towards you. And one of the ones with the pike up at the turret calls down, "Halt! I do not recognize any of you."
I don't recognize you either.
Good point.
I mean, I as a player may not be able to RP this correctly, but Phaedra is a background soldier. So I'm gonna try to do jargon with the guards and just say, be at ease, soldier. We're only looking to gather information and pass through. We mean you no harm.
Are you looking to come in?
Yes, we need to gather information regarding the Shadow Dragon cult.
Do we?
Or, wait, what are we doing here?
Well,
Out of character. Out of character. What are we doing here?
Looking for the next portal to get to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we don't need to know.
You just kind of want to get the fuck out of here, but you know.
Yeah. No. You're right.
No.
You're right.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying. Maybe the portal is over there. Maybe it's over in here, in the, I don't know, in a tavern.
In a tavern next to the water closet, you know.
Yeah. The broom closet. That's my favorite ending.
Bathhouse. I vote for bathhouse.
We're going for the broom closet ending.
No, so retcon what you said. Say, we're looking for a portal through.
Got it.
The guard seems to be writing blankly, and you hear whispering coming on up there. You can try to roll a perception check to see if you catch any words.
Do I get to keep them?
Passive 25, but I will actively roll.
It's distant whispering up above a battlement. That's the word I'm looking for. Battlement.
23.
So you're just hearing whispers. What you can't make out the words exactly, but you kind of get this tone of concern, as if what you said concerns them. And then
we dropped the part about the Shadow Dragon. Remember, we did not mention that.
I said retcon.
Okay.
That we are just travelers looking for information.
Yeah.
But then you said something about a portal.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
She did say we're looking
and that's
for
when
a
they started
through.
whispering to each other up on the battlements. After a moment, the guy comes back and leans over and says, "You might want to turn away then. We really don't need your kind here."
Oh God! Did we run into another racist settlement?
Kind of a stern, stern words now.
We could always just murder you all.
What do you mean by our kind?
Crazy.
It's very
crazy people. Muttering about portals. We don't need people like you coming in here, filling our people with ideas and having them revolt. That's what caused the cult in the first place. He kind of growls.
We'll kind of catch us one of.
Wait a minute, you guys need a revolt. You guys need a revolt.
This is a very nice wall. Show me something were to happen to it.
We quite literally just want to. Oh wait, no, that's gonna make us sound crazy. Never mind.
What? No, come on.
You're talking of portals and other worlds is what caused people to fall into the sway of that dragon.
So
we don't need more crazy people talking like that here.
Hold on. So people have talked about portals before.
Yes. And then they started worshipping the dragon, and it caused so much chaos. We used to have a whole nother town that got completely destroyed because of them.
You happen to know where they hang out? Because we'd rather talk to them than you.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far, but yes, we would need to know their general location. Seems like they know what we're looking for.
Yeah, it seems like this town. I've ran into something like this before. There are actually worlds out there, planes, where people don't believe that there are other planes.
Yes.
It's
I really
insane.
wish that I could cast plane shift on this guy, but I can't because we're in the Shadowfell and it wouldn't work.
Just fucking send him to another plane.
I have a tuning fork for the material plane. Go on, have fun.
I do have banishment.
If you cast banishment on a human...
I don't think plane shift and stuff works in the Shadowfell because it's kind of locked down.
Well,
you don't believe in other planes? Fuck you. Here, go. Go on an isekai adventure.
Kristen's like, well, I could just come up there and we just go through.
Listen, we're literally just trying to find...
Hey, can we speak to the Huntress?
You start hearing the sound of arrows being notched.
Wow!
Let's see here.
Calm your bows, peeps.
Listen, when...
We're not saying any of it.
You have about 2 seconds to not do that before I just kill one of you outright.
Is Orc saying that out loud?
Yeah. He's got the smile, everything. He's just looking at them. This fucking.
No, is Urk saying?
Can you roll me a persuasion check at disadvantage because of what the other people are saying? Because Crescent is being threatening. In fact, Crescent, roll intimidation.
Crescent only knows that threatening.
God damn it, fucking Crescent, you dumb ass bitch. Anyway.
He's stupid.
Persuasion.
Oh!
At disadvantage, but yeah. It'd be a 21, but yeah.
Hello.
I mean, that just means you're very scary and very convincing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, by the way, those arrows are kind of aimed at Crescent, no one else. Everyone seems to be very concerned about Crescent's existence.
I feel like this is a good cop, bad cop.
Senna will step up and notch an arrow and be like, I don't feel like that would be in your favor.
The person with the pike in the turret basically calls down, "Look, we do not want your kind here. Turn around and go away.
We're
not giving you any shelter."
Hold on. Frock, shut up. You're the biggest racist I know. And that says something considering how small you are.
Worse than Kale.
I mean, Kale has mellowed out a lot. So yeah, Frock is worse than Kale.
Yeah.
If we knew where they were, we would burn them out by now. We do not. They left after the mess they caused.
Well, the trees said there's some in your town.
Did you understood the trees?
Yes, I did.
How?
He kind of taps his pocket.
Wait, you don't have creaky knees.
You don't have creaky knees.
Just wander out there. I'm sure they or the werewolves would get you eventually.
Werewolves.
Where?
You realize
Werewolf.
Talking
Where?
about the Reaper, right?
Werewolf.
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 Oh, werewolf.
He was make a scythe reappear in his overhand.
Crescent, de-escalate the situation.
I don't have a de-escalate button. You know this.
You have an off button.
Where?
Kill your body, and then you have an off button.
But there's more here.
Yeah, Fader will step up at this point. Look. Everybody just calm down. Mom arms out.
Technically not here to kill the dragon.
I know that well.
I'm telling Urk.
Oh, my bad. Look, we'll be on our way. We just thought you were dealing with some cultists in here, and we were here to assist and possibly move forward. But if you think that you have it all under control, then by all means, do your thing. We will leave.
Yeah, we don't need you. Leave.
And she'll say in Dwarvish, fuck you too.
Can you tell us where the portals are, though, so we can leave?
They don't
what
know.
started this in the first place.
They don't believe in portals.
They don't
They're
believe in
idiots.
other
They
planes.
don't believe in portals.
Okay, so where are the people who do believe in portals?
The
They
cultist
don't
guys
know.
that they don't know where they are
They're
either.
literally the least helpful people in this entire forest.
Yes. They're less helpful than trees.
Okay, we'll just go
Holy
around
shit.
yelling, hey, we want to join the
Can we-
cult. How about
Can we
that?
ask the trees where the cultists are? Obviously, they probably have seen where they
Yeah,
are.
the trees are
Trees
probably
more
gonna.
useful.
Yeah, the trees are probably gonna help us more than anything
come on.
else.
Come on, guys, let's go speak to the trees. Man, our group is all to observe. They walk up to the gate. Some of them try to reason with you. Most of them try to threaten you. They start talking about portals and trees. And
Well,
just as quickly as they appear, they disappear.
You see, the problem here is Kale is a little hungry, and they look kind of tasty, and he's getting antsy. So we should move on if we're not gonna murder these guys.
No, Vader's trying to de-escalate. She's trying to get people to calm down.
Preston's calm.
Bundle's calm.
Basically, at this point, they've asked you guys to leave, and they are kind of upset that you haven't left yet.
Oh
But
no,
this-
Faber said calm down and we're back. I mean,
Yeah, let's just go. Let's just go run around the forest yelling, "Hey, we want to join the cult."
And to be fair, you're right, Phaedra. They'd be
Are there any of the treant or whatever these trees are near where we are?
Oh, they're not treants.
Whatever they are, I don't know.
Oh my
They were
God,
trees
you
with
speak the
eyes.
language, but you don't know the culture.
Well, Chris didn't say what they were, so I have no idea what to call them. I'm
Dennis
asking
said
GM question.
You spotted a tree with a face on it at one point watching.
So yeah, it was just a tree that could speak its own language, the tree language.
It was
Yes, no.
a tree sword.
It
like
was
a
a
wood.
tree.
It was a tree.
In every tree actually has a face and mouth and can talk, but no one ever tries to speak to them, so they never speak back.
Yeah,
not
Phaedra's in
rude.
front and trying to get everybody to back away.
Yeah, Will
If
is
they're
leaving.
gonna shoot at somebody, they're gonna shoot at her.
Will is leaving.
Sure, it'd be just next to her, but she's also getting people to just kind of back up. But yeah, Crescent's going. He looks bored again now.
Shuri, make sure that they do what they're. Just go with them.
I'm having Straw do that.
Can you not be stubborn?
Only when you're not.
Listen.
Well, they're having a stubborn off, guys.
Yeah.
Stop flirting and get going.
Oh my God. Phaedra rolls her eyes and follows with the group. But yeah, she's gonna keep. She's gonna just kind of like back away, and she's making sure that to keep eyes on the fucking archers.
Yep.
All right. So now seems like a good time for a 10-minute break.
Alrighty.
Especially since the the things that I'd already thought of, you guys decided. Well. All right. See you in 10 minutes.
So, hi everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
How can I help you? I am customer support.
Customer support, eh? Well, you see,
What kind of project would you like to complain about?
The
Press
one that I
1.
bought. I pressed 2 by accident.
Deleting hardware.
Wait, what? No, I need that.
No. Pressing 2, I think, selected the Swedish language option.
Oh God, no.
Oh no.
You don't want that.
Oh no, he's gonna start talking Swedish.
No, I won't. You don't want that.
He's got meatballs in
I
his
only
mouth.
do that when I feel stupid.
I will say though, I'm actually thinking about doing up a D&D campaign for the people that's at this house at the moment.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I'm playing this double-sided map thing that's laminated and shit.
Hmm?
So I could have like some sort of field and that.
Yeah.
These guys haven't played D&D, so I could be pretty easy and bendy on the rules, even though that I
Yeah.
don't know much
Dude.
shit about D&D myself.
I feel like best
It'll be
D&D
cool.
can always be lenient D&D on the rules, and you can just like you don't have to have a big adventure planned. You just roll with it.
Yeah.
Sit down for
I
like
was
two or
thinking-
3 hours and just fucking come off with improvise, and it will be fucking fun.
I was thinking of making it a tiny bit big though, just a tiny bit.
Tiny bit big.
Maybe they could keep going with it whenever they want to join in on again on the next round or something. But I was thinking of having like 5 towns, right?
Yeah.
And these 5 towns are positioned weirdly, and they've all got these towers that kind of seem a little bit ominous to them. So when they go and inspect the tower, they will find that at the top is like a single obelisk sort of thing. And at the top would be like some sort of boss creature or something like that.
So
But by the time that they've defeated that creature or some shit, a obelisk will already be powered. There's no way around it. It's already been powered basically once when they get up the stairs, sort of thing. Because they're like, fuck it, we need to hurry up, so they drain their power and then they become vulnerable once when they activate it. And then once when all 5 beacons are done, they realize that it's in the shape of like a pentagram sort of sigil sign sort of thing, and then summons up this big huge fucking massive dragon.
Sounds very D&D to me.
Yeah. But
so those
those
towers are in the towns. Why are no one else walking into the towers? What's the reason?
Because people mysteriously go missing whenever they try and go into the towers. So whenever
dungeon towers, so there's multiple floors they have to clear before they have to get to the top.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, each tower should have a specific theme and a specific boss, then, right?
Yeah, I was thinking of like elements, of course.
Elements.
Like
5 towers, 5 elements.
Yeah. Yeah.
Frost,
and
fire,
obviously
earth.
No, you should use the Adventure Time elements. It's like frost, fire, slime, and candy.
I'm gonna go get some coffee. I'll be right back.
Ideo. I need to mute myself real quick, but I haven't. But yeah, since they don't know much about D&D, I was going to get them to go through a questionnaire to make their D&D sheets, basically. And whatever they come up with, I'll put onto a sheet that they can then write on and wipe out whenever they need to. Get these sheets laminated and shit. We'll be mad. Oh, and there might be a couple of Tiny Tina references, who knows. Bit like bunkers and badasses if I can. If anyone's listening.
I'm sort of listening. I'm making a grocery list. I haven't played the Tiny Tina, so yeah.
Oh, well, if you
got
played
too much other
Borderlands
shit playing.
2, that DLC.
You know, I never have played. I've played the first Borderlands. I think I played part of the second, and it just didn't. I don't know. I didn't get very far in it.
No
I think it's a
worries.
game series I missed out on. But no.
It's understandable. I kind of remember those days when I kind of just got fed up with doing it.
I think that came out when I was really into World of Warcraft and I didn't have time for anything else, so I didn't really play it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Nah, fucking when Borderlands pre-sequel came out, that was the game that I actually got to play. And then I actually got myself Borderlands 2. It was great. Fucking played that to death. And then I'm playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and yeah, it's alright, but it could be better.
It was really short.
Oh, 100%.
So.
And I'm back.
Hey, welcome back, Briz. I was just talking to the other people about doing up a D&D campaign for the people that's at this place.
Oh?
Yeah, since they don't know much about D&D too much, I was like, you know what, why not just make a simple D&D campaign, get them to do it, and see how it goes. Since they don't know much about D&D, I can make it pretty simple and easier for them, and I can bend the rules to my liking, that I can, you know, not have people that have played it too much, that know all about the rules, and, you know, probably speak out about the rules and maybe some flaws in my designs and shit.
This is wonderful and exciting news. This makes me so happy to hear from you, dude.
Once when I get this one done, I'll probably set up another one online and see if I could get a couple of people here to join in. That'll be cool.
Almost definitely. This is wonderful.
I mean, I like Dungeons and Dragons, and I feel like creating a couple of dungeon-based dungeons would be fucking mad with, you know, fucking loot palooza, basically. Just trying to do loot palooza, it would be a little bit difficult. Because, you know, there isn't that many items in the book that you could just throw at people that they could use.
Yeah, you never
Sure,
know
you've
what
got the 1v100 thing, but oof.
Yeah. And you never know what random stuff people are gonna find useful.
Yeah, would I actually ask, how do you do your loot thing, like the 1d100 thing of what you find, sort of thing?
Oh,
How
I do
does
that
work?
on the magical items. In the one book, there's like I think like 7 or 9 magical item tables, and there's like a 1 through 100 listing of each item on each table. So I just say, okay, roll that, and from there it'll just do that. But that's for magical items. If you're looking like random stuff, it's like you can also make your own tables for that. Usually in the DM's guide, you'll find like treasure tables. And it basically gives you suggestions as to what to give people at what level.
See, I was thinking, I don't know if you've heard of it, but do you know about the Dungeons and Dragons loot cards or some shit like that?
Yes, I have a bunch. I have a Well, actually, I don't have the individual loot cards. I have item cards though, and monster cards.
Yeah.
Spell
Would that
cards.
be a good idea? Good investment in doing what I'm trying to do, maybe?
I find them useful at times. I think I'd use them constantly if I was at a physical table. Online, they are good as a collectible. Excuse me, good as a collectible and sometimes useful, but not as useful as like a lot of the free online tools. So it depends on if you're planning on mostly being offline, mostly being online, and if you feel like you really want them.
Yeah, I was thinking of more offline because, yeah, I feel like that'd be a little bit more easier to control the situation offline than online, because if I would do it online, I'd have to try and figure out how all the fucking websites work and shit.
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to keep it as simple as possible. Cards would be cool, so that means they could just, have the cards with them to keep in their inventory and they know what they've got. Especially with weapons and other trinkets that may be useful. That's just me. It's not too bad.
Welcome back.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, if you need any GM advice, I'm available. Other people in the group are available. All that good stuff.
Yeah,
my advice is don't
just have fun with it.
Yeah, I mean, just like you can sit down and work on something for like a week. Just don't. Like,
no, I want to
give it a
take
couple
little
of
bit.
days, and if you're like, oh shit, I'm stuck, I can't think of anything more to add. Just make sure you make a little like ending there, like add some red paint on that ending where you got to, and then just like let the players play for a bit, and then you're like, oh, now I know what to put there.
Yeah, I feel like that it shouldn't be too hard. Shouldn't be, at least. For what I'm doing, like I said, they don't know much about D&D, except for maybe my dad. My dad might know a bit of D&D when he played it as a kid, but I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself, but I'm still here.
Who are we still waiting on?
Fluffy.
Okay, Fluffy. All right. So you guys are good at keeping me on my toes in these games.
Are we?
Yeah.
Just because we're good at insulting dragons, or
No, all sorts of things. It's like I don't. It's like I like I'll come up with areas, and then like you'll make choices I don't expect, and like whoops, now I have to think of something else on the fly. Or it's like I budget time for battle, and no, you decide that not to fight the dude. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you maybe you can spend time planning less, because we're just gonna not follow much the plan anyway.
Yeah, that's why it's like I'll set things up in case you do, and realize even while doing it. No, okay, they might completely skip over it, but it's best to have it in case they actually want to fight, because when they do, it's it gets boring if you don't have something cool planned for the fight. It's like the worst thing that could happen when you've got plans is that they say, now we're just going to find some way to bypass it. Versus they decide to fight it and it's not fun at all because it's just wham, wham, wham. Instead of, okay, this is going to happen and this is going to happen and this is going to happen. But I think you guys accidentally bonded over shared thorn trouble.
When are we gonna get to Galen's Cole's house, man? A while.
Stop this. This is Galen Cole house.
Is it? Finally?
No.
No, it's a big ass tower.
Yeah.
It's a town, isn't it? A fortified town.
Mm-hmm. It's a whole
With a forest and stuff. Yeah.
I have it written down. I forget the name of it.
Yeah, not the city of Valadar.
There you go.
Aw. My poor boy is sneezing. Crescent's back.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Okay, so it looks like everyone's here. You guys walked away from the castle, going back into the woods, having been told like there are cultists out there. You're already aware of the huntress and the dragon, and now you know that those howls might have been werewolves. What would you like to do?
It's werewolves.
You don't know.
Walk out into the dark forest, which is a very unoriginal name for a forest, we'll say. And just get lost.
Will's giving it a negative review on Yelp.
This is my 7th dark forest. Yeah, I mean, walk up to a random tree, kick it a little bit. Oi! Oi!
The tree doesn't respond.
Oi, wake up, oi!
Still no response. Either the tree is being entirely silent or it cannot talk.
You want me to just go tree to tree to ask questions?
Why not?
Maybe
I mean,
we
Steve,
need to...
we really don't have anything else to go on. Really.
I mean, I could think of as maybe...
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk to werewolves.
What is that?
Question, Gris. Question, Gris. When
Okay.
Will talked to the tree earlier, did he actually have to use a spell slot of speak with plants?
no, considering how many trees that you've awakened and gotten a chance to talk with, I just kind of figured.
Should I add tree to my languages?
I'm assuming it's a brand of Sylvan. And do you not have Sylvan on your as your languages?
No, I speak Gnomish.
It's Druidic.
Okay, or Druidic. Let's put down tree as a language then, because I
Cool.
have taken it as you have spent so much time around trees in downtime times that you know the tree language.
I am Will. I speak with the trees.
Yes.
Do they have tongues?
No, that's why they only creak.
They only creak because they have no tongue.
I mean, I could just stand in the middle of the clearing and scream like a woman, and I'm sure some werewolves would come.
Oh my god, that could also work. We could beat a werewolf into submission and then have him talk.
There's a thought.
Hey, Fluffy, remember a certain werewolf that Pavik just tossed into...
Yeeted?
Yeah.
Those are the days.
We threw that werewolf really far.
I think I rolled like almost a natural 20.
Yeah.
He was trying to monologue and we just threw him. If I remember correctly.
I don't remember a monologue, but I do remember a werewolf being yeeted.
Yeetus Maximus.
I'm pretty sure if we just camp in the woods, the werewolves will come too.
You just stand in the middle of the woods, you're just going like, oh no, we're lost travelers.
I'm lost and I'm so delicious.
We have nowhere to go.
I'm lost and I'm so delicious.
I sure hope no one pours this marinade sauce over me.
Now here's the question: how far away are you guys from the castle?
I would say a decent bit.
Okay, so you did walk away from the castle. I was just checking on that.
Yeah, if those fuckers are gonna shoot at us.
I wouldn't be opposed to sitting for an hour, so we could take like a little rest, so Senna could use her detect portal to see if it's in the city.
Yeah, that might not be a bad idea. Because how much you want to bet it is in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, stay within a mile of the city so you can use your portal detection. Got it.
Yep.
I mean, we could just be out of view of if the forest is that thick, we could just walk like 100 feet in the woods and be out of sight of the.
Yeah,
wolf.
but if they're gonna send patrols to make sure that we're on our fucking way,
we just murder them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not opposed. I'm just saying.
Kale is trying to be a pacifist to some degree, but these guys pushed his buttons, so they're on his shit list.
Well, Fader's getting real tired of going places and people saying we don't want your kind, even though this is Porter related. Like the last few places they've been either racist against dwarves or this shit. So she's kind of getting. She's not really keen on new people at this point. She's getting a little grumpy.
I mean, the Cyclops guys were kind of minding their own business. The trolls, we could probably just left, but these guys are assholes, so they can die.
Well, welcome to congratulations, Phaedra. You're growing older. Will has met a lot of people, and he is also very, very tired of people.
No, I get it. No. Like, it's like people that she's trying to help out. It's like, no, we don't want... It's like that whole, like, dichotomy, black and white, gray area. It's like, this is just screaming louder in that direction.
We just gotta nudge Phaedra a little bit, like, I got you to stray away from that path, you know.
What path?
Oh, this black and white stubbornness path.
Yeah, you did. And I'm
Worst case scenario, you could have been up on that battlement screaming at people.
Screaming at people.
FBI open up.
At one point. I was that at one point doing that. Well, I guess I wasn't blind to the world, but well, I don't know. Yeah, thanks again for the. I've lost count.
Now, should we? I don't know. Cause some trouble.
I have boundaries, Will.
I
I have limit. Well, I mean, what? Just kind of. What are you talking about?
don't know. Well, we clearly need information. The trees are. Well, they're being trees, honestly. Fucking trees.
If we're stopping to rest, Kale is going to start putting together like a shitty campfire because he's terrible at it, but he's gonna try. Because if we want werewolves, that's how you get werewolves.
Ah, yes,
This is how
perfect.
you want werewolves? I'll give you werewolves.
Yes, Kale, I like your idea. You're intimidating the trees.
Well, if we sit, we'll just say, like, if we sit for a little bit, I can detect a portal again and see if it's in the city. I can also I can cast a spell and talk to a tree. But I thought you could do that too, but...
They're not talking. Will kicks a tree.
You're just
Well, I wouldn't talk to you if you were kicking me either.
Yeah!
That is the way to get them, stir them up. They're kind of slumbering always.
Slumbering always.
Will is just an old, cantankerous man.
Yeah, so Senna's gonna speak with plants, and she'll put a hand on the tree, and she's gonna ask if hooded figures carrying torches are seen going in any direction.
Alright.
Looking for cultists.
As the tree communicates with other trees via its tree network, eventually you get back information that the cultists seem to be more towards the west.
Alright. She will relay that. This lasts for 10 minutes. Anything else you want to ask the trees?
Are there any werewolves nearby?
Are there any werewolves nearby?
There doesn't seem to be any werewolves within a mile of you.
She'll relay that.
I suppose that's good.
Yeah, Urka's saying how many cultists are we... Can the trees enumerate cultists at all?
She'll ask that.
The tree sadly does not know how to quantify that because it kind of views a group of cultists as a single cultist. And it can't really identify the difference between these supposed individuals, which are what you understand is actually groups.
So, would a tree know about tree rings? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and.
You know what's inside of you.
I mean, I know I have a skeleton.
But have you ever seen that skeleton? Can you count the bones?
I mean, if somebody's done damage to me, maybe.
So we need to start hacking at the tree with an axe.
No, okay. I was gonna. No. That's not where I was going with that. I was gonna say, like,
threatening.
As a tree has tree rings, and the older and bigger it is, the more rings it has. If you see the cult as, like, say, one entity,
for seasons.
How many rings? Yeah, how many rings does it have? How big is it?
How many seasons worth of cultists are there? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
How
like,
many squirrels that steal your nuts are there?
That's a good way to put it.
Are there any building? Yeah, Urka's right. Buildings, caves, like stuff like that the cultists might be inside of. Could the trees tell us about that?
The tree is still a bit confused about the ring question when it comes to cultists. I basically get this impression that it still doesn't, the width of a tree, and tries to go with, well, if that's the case, then there are several, perhaps, and it depends on the size. You're getting basically confusion responses back from the tree on that question. However, when you switch and ask it about locations, it's basically saying towards the northwest there are caves along the mountain where there's less trees.
How many branches do the cultists have? Because trees have branches, right? It might see it as one being, but it can. How many branches and leaves? I don't know. I'm just thinking of ways to phrase it that a tree might understand.
Mhm.
I mean, whatever. She'll do that. Yeah. She'll
All right.
it that way. That works.
So it kind of responds back with varying branches, and we'll say, I think that there might be so many trees because I've seen some with like 5 or 6, others with 8, and sometimes they're skinny ones with only about 2 branches.
Oh, they have a bunch of different arms.
So there's different groupings all throughout the forest.
Yeah, and I guess Jesse's question about like if there's caves or houses or like where like are they inside of something?
And that it doesn't know. None that it or its network has any awareness of.
I imagine that's the length of the spell asking. Yeah, Senna will take the rest of the short rest to get back her detect portal, and then before they head off, she's gonna detect portal. See if it's in the town.
Alright. There is no portal within a mile of you.
Yeah, then we don't have to deal with those assholes again.
Yep.
Because we are still within a mile of the city.
Correct. So yeah, it's not within a mile of the city.
Good.
Good, because we would have murdered them all.
Yeah.
Genocide, you
Probably.
say?
I mean,
Probably.
Kale is hungry, so, you know.
We would never.
They were very rude. Now we just need to find the cultists.
Were
They
they
might-
rude, though?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
absolutely. Without a doubt. Now we just need to find the cultists. That's what we need to do.
Can I? Well, I was gonna ask if I could send Squeak ahead to see if he can like fly above and like look for clearings that they might be camping in or other things. I'm gonna send Squeak out to scout westward.
All right.
Oh, westward, young Squeak.
Yeah, Squeak gets. Are you going above the trees or staying in the tree line?
He was gonna go above the trees and look for like, cause if they're in a clearing that you're not gonna build a campfire under, you know, typically.
All right.
Cause it's a fire hazard.
So
they
yeah. So he goes up, past the tree line, sees that there's a lot of mists and only the occasional tops of trees visible. However, as he continues to scout and looking around for any sign of smoke, any sign of a camp, he spots in the distance towards the northwest the shadowy form of a large dragon.
If he reports that back, I'm going to tell him to go take me over there. Get closer.
It's like potentially miles in the distance from what he's seeing, but it's definitely in the same direction that you were told that the cult might be.
Yeah. So Squeak is also listening and smelling. He's got advantage on perception for hearing, sight, and smell. So he's sniffing around for campfires or unwashed humanoids or.
Well, he's definitely getting that in spades towards the northeast where the castle is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna let him fly out as far as he cares to, because I can contact him anywhere on the plane. So I'm just gonna let him keep looking and have him ping when and if he finds anything.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing then?
We're walking westward? So
I mean, Kale will report that the Shadow Dragon is to the northwest, so if they're cultists worshipping it, they might be towards the northwest. Just a thought.
Then northwest we go.
All right. We go that way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you guys are walking along.
Squeak can go 40 miles an hour if he can go 60 feet per. Well, that's per round. So it's 10 feet per second. 10 feet per second, he can go 6 miles an hour, according to this. Take him an hour to get to the other dragon. To get to the dragon. But yeah, I'm generally sending him towards the dragon.
All right. Okay. So the rest of you guys are just walking, and somebody's keeping an arm on Kale, or is Kale just looking in occasionally?
No, Squeak can contact him. Kale is not in Squeak. Squeak can look for himself.
Well, that's good.
And just hang him back and let him know. I'm assuming my familiar connection goes both ways with the planar distance thing.
Yeah. All right. So, anyone keeping an eye out, please give me a perception check.
All right. I will roll for both of mine.
I do not get advantage because I do not have Squeak.
That's more accurate for present.
All right. So, Squeak, here's the thing. As you guys are all looking around towards this thing, Kale, you get alerted by Squeak that the dragon seems to be coming this way.
Yeah, Kale's just be like, Squeak has said the dragon is heading in our general direction. How fast can Squeak gauge how fast it's running? It's coming. Like, is it going to be on top of us in like seconds, or you know?
Most likely minutes. It can probably get to your location within minutes.
We have a few minutes, but we have to decide
assuming
fast.
It's actually making a beeline and not. Just
yeah, we don't know. You know, we don't know if it's
Well,
he'll report that though.
Bunker down and hide. That's all we can do.
My advice is split up so we don't all get hit by fire breath if he does. And maybe try and talk to it because we just want the portal and don't care
Is there
about
any
anything
rocks
else.
or stone nearby?
Did I try to have Squeak intercept the dragon?
Sure. So you send Squeak out, and you're gonna be looking through his eyes?
Once Squeak gets its attention, if it gets his attention, Kale will pop into it.
Okay.
But he's gonna otherwise be looking for cover, or you know.
What sort of dragon was it again?
You were told the shadow. You called it a shadow dragon. They called it a shadow dragon.
Okay.
So here's what you see through Squeak's eyes. Then, as Squeak gets close enough to the dragon to make more than just this is a dragon sort of shape. You see a shape that seems to be dripping, if that's a real word for this, with shadows, as if its shadows are completely different from the general darkness of the night here. As if it's just like made out of blackness, in the general shape of a dragon. It seems to slow down as it sees Squeak, the little bony dragon thing that Squeak is, or pseudo dragon, or whatnot. And it just seems to. Most dragons, like, they need, big flap to keep alight, and you've heard this thing flapping before, and yet as it stops, it just seems to stop suddenly, as if it's defying the laws of physics, or perhaps really doesn't have substance, and its flaps are just some sort. Lyra, don't lay on my keyboard. And its flaps are just some sort of memory, perhaps, or basically an intimidation effect of like intimidating everything around it by just flapping. Now it's as if it's frozen in spot without gravity affecting it, without the wind affecting it, just hanging there, staring at the little pseudo dragon. This pitch black nightmarish thing, made out of shadows, and the squeak would hear in Draconic, going, "Whom do you serve?" in a much more gravelly voice than I can easily make out, but also kind of a whispery voice at the same time.
Well, I guess Kale would have to rely on the group to hide him, because he would pop into Squeak and respond. You're speaking, like he'd just be like, "This is his owner speaking. Are you the domain of the lord of this domain?"
"Whom do you serve?" It rumbles in Draconic again.
Myself.
All right.
He's not being truthful there, but.
Let's see here. Oops, hold on. A force of a necrotic damage just kind of seems to flow out from it right at Squeak.
All right. Well, Squeak is vaporized. Kel just.
He's not immune to necrotic?
Not that much necrotic. No, Kale is immune to necrotic, but not Squeak.
Oh,
I don't think that covers over to. I don't think that carries over to Squeak.
Yeah, sadly.
Assumed undead dragon.
No, he's just a reskin fairy dragon. He's not really undead. He's just looks like he is.
Yeah, and that's a lot because of the shadow.
Kale just snaps out of it. And she's like, "Well, that went over well."
Oh, good.
He's like, "It asked who I served, and then it necrotic, lots of necrotic damage."
All right, so we hide.
All right.
Let's look over. Will, can you do your thing?
Yeah, alright. If everyone at least stays within 30 feet of me or whatever it is.
I'm
Come
going
here.
to dismiss. I'll put an X on him so I don't. He's gone.
Sending Sylvie away might be a good idea too, Frock.
Oh, does it sense dragons?
I don't know.
Yeah, I would. If Sylvie can't hide, I would.
Yeah.
Sylvie can hide better than I can.
I'm just saying, dragon domination, or something. Just put her in. You can bamf her out easy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, does it cost you anything?
An action, but that's fine.
I'm putting invisible on myself and.
Yeah, Phaedra's turning invisible.
Actually,
as well.
I can put invisible on a bunch of people if people need it. Because it's at will. So I can do myself and 3 others.
Himself and 3 others.
Cinna needs it.
All right.
Is
so
there...
I'll
is there
get
any...
I probably needed to. If I sit on Sylvie, does she roll stealth for the both of us, or do we roll separately?
She rolls stealth for the both of you.
Okay.
All right. So I'm getting Cinna, Frock, and Vondel.
Oh, I was trying to ask multiple times.
Sorry.
Is there any stone that I could possibly stone shape into a hiding place?
Give you a perception check.
Oh, great. I'm never good at these.
You are a dwarf, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have advantage.
I mean, if this was an investigation, I would have been fine.
Unfortunately,
if this was investigation, I would have absolutely crushed it, but deception, I'm not that good with.
Unfortunately, as you look around, you realize you're you're too deep in the forest. You're not close enough to the mountain for there to be significant amount of stone in the area for stone shape to be effective.
All right, so Crescent can do 4. Kale can do 4.
Yeah, I got Cinna, Vondel, and Frock.
And
So-
Crescent's got.
And-
Sure.
I'm also going to use my action to take my armor off, so I don't have disadvantage on my stealth roll.
Nice.
Or I guess technically, so I have advantage on my stealth roll. Because invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
So Sylvie is the only one that's not invisible, I'm guessing.
No, she is.
Who got her?
Crescent.
Oh, Crescent.
Okay, Crescent got her.
Phaedra got herself, and Will had himself.
Yeah, Phaedra's
Okay.
got invisibility.
Okay, cool. Then we're covered.
Yep. And then.
Yeah, well, I guess Will puts his cloak on as well, so he's completely invisible on top of it.
Cool. And we got past without a trace. So let's go.
Well,
That's actually
roll your stealth
actually
then.
at advantage.
Oh, Vondel.
Okay.
So you got a 19 still.
Yeah.
Fury, sorry.
I got a 37.
Wait. Didn't you remove your armor so that it wouldn't
Yeah,
be
I
a
did.
disadvantage?
Yeah, I did. Yes, but invisibility.
Right.
Removing
Okay,
armor
never mind.
takes an hour. Doesn't
He has a
No.
thing.
No.
Oh, so you have a thing.
my
I'm sorry, I
armor's
forgot.
magical,
I forgot. You have Iron Man armor. I forgot.
Yeah.
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 Sorry, I was about
I
to
can
say.
take
It's like, wait a second. That takes a long time. Oh yeah, that's right. You have that cool
No,
armor set.
I can take my armor off in an
Forgotten about
action
that.
and put it back on in an action. It's beautiful.
Yes.
That's 40 for Senna. And then.
Fuck.
Gee.
Is...
Sinner's just impossible to find.
Yep.
Just actually the same as Will.
Okay, let's see. Stealth. Here we go, Phaedra. +10.
So as this dragon's approaching your area, also give me a perception check.
All right.
Make sure I uncheck this. Uncheck this.
Check this.
God damn it, Crescent.
Okay. So, as you're hiding, staying low, you and knowing that there's a dragon coming, you're still keeping an eye on things in the area now that you've walked a while away from the castle. Like the castle's probably like an hour away at this point. You suddenly hear howling noises coming closer. And the area where you just were before you went hiding, several lanky shapes, vaguely wolf shaped, but also inky black and apparently seemingly made of shadows as well, come streaming into the area and start sniffing around.
Oh boy, this is where my cologne gets us killed, isn't it?
They yip, they howl, and you can hear the sound of wing beats above. As if they're sniffing the air. And then pawing at the ground. But some sort of fortune is favoring you. They overlook your hiding spots and press on, and with them you can hear the beats of the dragon wings as they head back up to the north and west.
I think this is one of those situations where if someone asks you if you're a god, you tell them that you're a god.
Not wrong.
Well, they seem like fun.
So we've got an ancient shadow dragon with shadow werewolf ground reconnaissance. Basically, am I right?
Like
Seems
normal.
like it, yeah.
And it didn't seem very interested in being communicative. How long does it take to resummon Squeak? Do I have time to do that? I don't remember.
It's like 10 minutes or an hour. I forget.
Yeah.
Beef summon familiar.
Find familiar. Casting time 1 hour. Well,
Yeah.
I don't think we have an hour. Okay, no, he's not going to bother then.
We do have the incense in the bag though for.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's going to be a fun fight for us in the future.
Well, Kale's just like, well, if I hadn't lied to it, maybe it wouldn't have vaporized me.
I think if you would have answered anything but that dragon, he would have killed Squeak. Dragons are vain, right? We've learned that over the year we've known each other, right?
I suppose. They do like their shinies and servants.
I had a thought, but I don't know if Phaedra would have it.
Let us hear.
Oh, I am curious if dragons know that other dragons are around, right? Like we were kind of talking about that with Sylvie, like dragon sense.
It's possible.
Okay, then never mind. I thought for a second Kale was a dragon.
I mean, he could be a dragon.
I know, right?
He's more like a vampire.
I was thinking about the vanity aspect of it and just like the shinies. And I was like, when you said that, I was like, is Kale a dragon?
I mean, that was his nickname back home. They called him the White Dragon, but that's because he was an asshole. He's not a dragon, I promise.
That was what a dragon
I'm
would
inciting
say.
Turtle on that one.
He's definitely not a dragon.
Like someone that was a dragon would say.
I feel like
I want to incite the player.
Yeah, I feel like personally though, if I was to like make myself like a D&D sheet for like me as a person, I feel like my insight would be higher than that though. But I will say.
Oh no, he's definitely not a dragon. Okay. I don't think you could be a Dhampir and a dragon.
I mean, this is D&D. You can be whatever.
It's not impossible, but we'll talk.
Vampire dragon.
I mean,
I think that's just a bit too powerful for a PC, at least in this level of campaign. Maybe if we talk epic quests at some point.
He does want to true polymorph himself into a dragon and stay that way at some point. But, he's not currently a dragon.
Hashtag goals. Got it.
Life goals, man.
He has to have something to keep him going.
Blood and dragon. All right. Well, fuck, that's going to be fun in the future. And they went back to the northwest, the direction that we're going.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to encounter it again.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, let's keep going, I guess.
Bring back one servings. Back to moving again.
I mean, Phaedra will just like turn to the group. I'm like, is this the best option that we're doing? Just going to the cultist to find the port. Like, does anybody else have any ideas? I don't know. I feel like we're just walking towards a future battle. I mean,
I feel like we don't really have many choices in this scenario. The townspeople refuse to talk to us.
Yeah, that's fine.
And now the werewolves seem to be with the shadow dragon.
To be fair, it's kind of unknown. Not on you.
Yeah, I know. I just am tired of. Yeah, you're right. The only people well, trees are people, right? Well, the only people that have been nice to us here are the trees. Everything else wants to kill us. Maybe
I wouldn't
this
blow the trees out quite yet. They might want to kill us.
The trees always want you to die.
I mean, they want you to be fertilizer.
Make no mistake.
You're never alone if there are trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fader kind of like throws her cloak over Bob so they can't see the axe.
It's not a tree cutting axe. It's a person cutting axe.
True.
That just might be good at cutting down trees still.
There is always the huntress, but I don't know.
They seem to react fairly negatively to allowing us to speak with her at the town. You know, they did. Maybe we should hunt some meat and offer it to the dragon. That seems to placate it for the huntress.
All right.
I mean, isn't that what the tree said, Will?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Yeah.
Lost him, Jim.
Huh?
No, Kale was just asking you to confirm that the trees said that the huntress was feeding the dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a thought. Maybe we could get to talk to it if we offer it
Treats.
Who's a good dragon?
Who's a good dragon?
Fuck.
What?
You gotta grab its head between your hands and like shake its head.
Oh god, yes.
Oh,
you're a good dragon.
So does anybody know how to track a game?
Piss off a dragon.
Yeah, that's a really
I'm
good way to piss off a dragon.
Cinna's got anything. I feel like she might. And by the way, I forgot about this. She's an Outlander, so if we ever have to retrace her steps, we just automatically do it. So I just realized that's part of her background.
Very useful.
Very useful.
Yeah, and I should have been able to find fresh water automatically too, by the way. Let's see.
You know,
well, that's the thing. The thing when it came to that river, that wasn't actually fresh water. That the entire island, because it's being in the Shadowfell, it kind of rules on its own rules. There's no real fresh water easily available on that island. It's all brackish and got some weird sediments in it, so it's wouldn't be considered fresh. Just so you know. Now, if you ask that question here, though, that might be easier to do.
No. Trying to see. Aberration, celestial dragons. No. Let's see if she's got us. Surprisingly, she does not have anything useful in that department. I mean, she could track, that's about it, but she doesn't. I don't have anything to find any beasts. I would imagine beasts is what we would need.
I mean, we could ask the trees again, but that's wasting spell slots, right?
Yeah. I mean, she can track. She's got good survival. Her survival's +11. So that's the best we can do if you guys want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, guess just look for game, deer, elk.
I would imagine something
or
large,
something
right?
big, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Although the tree said she fed it a deer, that would be like a toothpick, but yeah.
All right. So yeah, Cinna is gonna look and try to track large beasts. The large elk, deer, whatever was mentioned is a good note. But any sort of beast or game that would be sizable and yummy for Dargan.
All right.
Yummy for Dargan. Yummy
So
in the Dargan
that'll
tummy.
be a survival check for you then.
Yummy in a Dargan tummy.
Natural 20.
Yeah, it even says that the Wanderer feat if the land offers those things. But yeah, there's definitely that sort of stuff here in these woods. You'd be able to find that if you're scavenging. But when it comes to large game, yeah, you quickly find some tracks for something large, perhaps even an elk. They look pretty fresh, and you start following after. Give me a stealth check if you want to be stealthy about it.
Yep.
Half of that still up. And are we all going? I'm assuming yes.
Sure. I don't know. What do you all want to do?
Are we sticking together? Because it might be. I'm assuming we're sticking together.
Yeah. I don't know if Pass will still be up. I don't know how long we had to hide. Because if those werewolves were around.
I imagine you stayed hidden for a while after they passed by. Just to
it's
make
an
sure
hour, as long as he concentrates.
Oh, it's an hour? For some reason, I thought it was like 10 minutes.
Yes, it makes more sense for it to be 10 minutes, but fuck logic. An hour of stealth forever.
All right, then we'll...
Stealth, yeah.
Does that mean Phaedra's still invisible?
Yes!
38.
Is. Okay, so stealth for Cinna.
We just walk up and snap the neck of an elk.
That's 31.
Just stealth kill.
Yeah. Everybody walk up and punch it.
Just sucker punching an elk. Just,
actually, no, that would be 34, actually, for Cinna, because she doesn't have advantage.
Well, Will never stopped.
She's still invisible, so unless she came out of invisibility.
I don't know if tracking would cause her to...
yeah, no, I don't know.
It won't lose... No, it's not an attack action, which means it won't cause you to lose your invisibility.
Well, how long does invisibility last? 10 minutes?
Hour.
An hour. Alright, so yeah, you're all still invisible.
Yeah.
Phaedra.
Since they're invisible, you get advantage. Oh, that's right. So they wash because of that.
Yeah, that is with advantage.
Phaedra's the only one that's making a lot of noise.
We'll see about that. No, apparently not for Crescent. Holy fuck!
Wow.
He's hunting.
Yeah, Phaedra will hang towards the back.
He likes the idea of just sucker punching an elk.
He would.
But eventually, you come upon an elk that's grazing at twilight. It's kind of only the light level of Barovia as it starts to get towards dawn, towards daytime, but but it's still fairly dark here on the forest floor. So the elk is just having some twilight grazing time. And doesn't seem to have heard Phaedra's clink, clink, clink that's barely muffled. And is just chilling, eating.
Please. I want to see a snake attack from Cinna.
Cinna's not a rogue.
Oh no, sorry. Shit, I mistook it.
Yeah, Almonette.
Ah, my god.
That would have been amazing, though.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, she's... whenever... right before you said that, I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Sneak attack on Cinna would be nice. Maybe I should give her a level in Rogue. But she's not going to be in the campaign much longer. I'm sure she's going to be gone soon.
We have no one else with sneak attack.
I
mean, Will does have it.
Rogue.
He never used it, though.
Yeah, I guess Cinna will knock an arrow.
I mean, it's an elk.
Alright, give me an attack at advantage.
Yeah, hold on. She's gonna put some extra spice on it. One sec. She's got, I think, the planar warrior. Let's see. Attack. Yeah. Bonus action. Is the elk within 30 feet?
Yep.
Okay. Bo's gonna hum a little bit, and she's gonna add 2d8 force damage to her attack, to the first attack. So we'll do, or the first attack that hits, I guess. Here we go. Advantage.
All right, that's a direct hit.
Okay, and then let me get the. Hold on. There we go. 2d8 force damage on top of that. And then she'll do her second.
You don't need to do that.
Okay.
I
don't know. It's a big.
Yeah, they have
animals.
like 5 hit points or something ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, they have 13 hit points, so that first one was enough to kill it instantly. However, I'm basically picturing that you sent it threaded it right through the eye, which instant kill. But since the force damage basically caused the head to explode.
Oh, good.
Brain chunks everywhere. The rest of the body's fine, but
it's still standing there.
Yeah, it just fell over and it no longer has a head.
Instant rigor mortis.
The head is gone, but there are chunks littering everywhere.
A couple of seconds go by, and then they'll realize it's dead.
Done. And all right, now we gotta go make a dragon friend.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, I don't know.
Not looking forward to this point.
I'd rather be hidden in a rock by the time we do that, though.
I don't know if we'll have a choice.
No, probably not.
Oh God, Phaedra's looking at Will so hard right now.
Right.
Yes, focus on Will.
Actually, both of the small, Team Small, the two Gerblins.
What?
What?
No, sorry, the gnome, the goblin, and the dwarf. She's just like looking between the three or the two of them, but mostly at Will.
What have I done?
It's not what you have done; it's what you think you
will
will
do.
Wait, are we putting beans in the deer corpse to feed to the dragon?
Technically, I have to see the bean to hit it
Slow
with
turn to kale.
But I like your ideas.
Oh man. I just don't want to know about it. It just hurts.
I don't want to.
You won't. Don't worry.
You really ought to create the spell Delayed Druidcraft.
Well, what makes it sprout? Dirt and water? Like, and how long does it take to germinate?
Fertile earth.
Could we make some kind of like? I mean, I'm in the other game. My artificer made a bullet.
We talked about this before, making some kind of a contraption that would eventually get fertile. Yeah, no, but it's very much just too complicated to do out and about.
I was just gonna point at Vondel. He's like, you don't think he could do it?
Nah.
Excuse me?
Nah, I don't think he's up. I don't think he can do that.
But why do you guys need fertile earth anyway?
So the bean sprouts inside the dragon. Maybe he'll get a pyramid inside of him.
No. What?
Yeah, no.
Imagine fighting a mummy lord inside of a shadow dragon.
Oh yeah.
It's a thing. Apparently, there are a couple in the. Didn't you say there were? Was there one or two, Will?
There's two in the house. But that wasn't me.
No. I believe that was Gamel.
I only left a statue of myself.
I still need to hear what all happened when y'all went to hell. He hasn't told me yet.
So those of you with good passive perception, notice that there is movement in some of the trees nearby, like, towards the ground. Some of the brush nearby and against the trees, as if something is peering out towards the dead elk that you guys are talking loudly around.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, I imagine Kale's heard this just in talking because we've been traveling together for a little bit now.
Yeah. Will is just slowly turning towards the shrubbery where he can feel the gazes of something.
Yeah, Cinna's got an arrow knocked.
Most of us are still invisible, right?
We should all be invisible.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, except for Cinna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
against the world.
But something is like pausing there because it hears conversation going on. It can't detect you guys otherwise, and it's definitely smelling the meat that's on the ground. In fact, those of you with good passive perception, and now Will is actively looking, notice that there are a couple tentacles that kind of pull out from the darkness and start gathering up brain pieces. You hear a bit of a snapping noise, as if something with a beak is biting down on whatever the tentacles were holding on to.
Yeah.
Is this a what are they called? Those things that hang from ceilings? Yeah. Yeah, is it Grell? Isn't it like Grek?
It's a Grell. Or
Grick.
No, is it a Grick?
Grick.
Yeah.
Grick. Wow,
Yes.
it's just
No, if it's one of those tentacle brain beak things, it's a Grell.
No, it's this.
No.
It's a Grick.
It's a Grick.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I mean, it's a tentacle beak slug, not a brain. I mean, same difference.
It's
Well,
a low
bigger
level
tentacles.
monster.
Yeah.
That's the larval form of a Grell.
How big is this thing?
It's let's see, its size. This is large. It's just
Oh.
yeah, and it's basically moving closer to the dead elk, because it looks like the dead elk has attracted it, and it's like pausing only because it's hearing other noises, but it can't figure out where you are, so it just thinks that there's an elk body there for it to eat.
Yeah, Cinna's gonna try to get it to She wants to create a noise so it'll scatter, but I don't know if it's gonna fuck off or not. So it's coming right out of the trees, you see?
It's coming up between the tree, the densely packed trees, and it's just kind of slithering there. Its big tentacles just kind of gathering up bits of the brain matter of the exploded head of the creature and eating them as it's slithering closer to the actual body of the elk.
Yeah. Shooting an arrow just to the left of it, where there's a tree.
All right. Give me an arrow strike and follow it up with intimidation, but you can use strength or dexterity with your intimidation.
So Planar Warrior, I think, is just she can do it as a bonus action, so she's gonna put some force damage just to make it. She's trying to make a loud pop, so to scare it off.
All right.
Okay, let's see. There we go. And then we'll do that.
Yeah, you're
I don't know if it works, but you said intimidation.
Yeah, your arrow basically kind of crunched in your hand, so it didn't even leave the bow.
Cool. Then she makes a loud boom in her hand and draws attention to herself.
If it's going in your hand, you might be taking that damage. That's 7 points of damage.
That's what you said. That's what you said.
Yeah, 7 points of damage, and now you can roll intimidation with like strength or dexterity. Because you're attempting to do that with your bow. To intimidate it off.
So this will be plus strength, or this will be plus 5.
All right. So it's not much. It just seems to waver as it's getting closer to the body, like its head looking up to, moving back and forth in the air, as if trying to figure out.
If it keeps getting closer, I'm gonna shoot it.
Crescent's gonna swing his scythe right in front of the ground, in front of it, breaking his invisibility.
Oh, that's right. Because if she's now visible, that's right. If she caused that noise, Cinna's now visible.
Well, she was visible
when she shot.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
Now Crescent's gonna be visible right in front of it.
Strength intimidation, please, Crescent.
Strength intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be -4 to whatever I roll here.
Oh no. Or maybe Dex intimidation then?
Well, he's charismatic.
Oh, if he's just charismatic, then none of that's just a 15. All right. Sorry, I was going that by the fact that you were using weapon rather than that, because intimidation sometimes that. Well, it seemed to be enough because you said 2 people just suddenly appearing and causing lots of noise and slamming down in front of it. Basically, has intimidated the predator into the scavenger into realizing, nope, the predators have the prey and will not hesitate to take it down as well. So it immediately backs up and slithers away, dashing off into the brush.
Does Cinna take the 16?
Cinna only takes 7 points of damage from that explosion.
Okay. But she had 6 temp HP, so she only takes 1.
Nice.
Yep. Phaedra will go and break invisibility, and she'll pick up the elk.
All right.
She'll just kind of throw it over her shoulders.
Elks are pretty big.
She has a strength of 22.
Yeah, they are a large creature, so you won't be able to fit it over your shoulder because you are only a medium creature. So your strength might be able to lift it, but you're not going to get over your shoulder. It's twice your size.
You're gonna be dragging a little bit of it, effectively.
Well, somebody needs to help me out or something.
I have a 20 strength score, but I don't know if Kale would want to touch it.
Sure, you'll help. She don't care.
Thanks.
You're gonna be helpful in most of it, but she'll help at least so it's not dragging. So I'll put her with you.
So now comes the fun part of getting this thing's attention and not being killed by it.
Yeah, I can get its attention easily, but not being killed by it part, that's the problem.
So are you planning on just staying there and that's where you killed the elk? Or do you plan on moving deeper into the forest?
I think we should continue to move towards where it went, I guess. We're either going to come across it or cultists, hopefully.
Yeah, there's no reason to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't see one.
I don't see one either. We need to find a way to feed a dragon.
So, perception checks, and somebody give me a survival. Whoever's leading survival, please.
Senna will lead survival.
Would you all would the 4 people that were invisible like to be invisible again? Should we do that again just since we have 8 casts that or I don't know about Phaedra and Will still, but
Will is just not gonna be invisible. He's just gonna keep using the passive without a trace, so he has a
I mean I'll slap it on the same 4 I did before just to better our odds.
Phaedra's carrying a big giant elk. I don't feel like being invisible will really benefit her.
There's a headless elk floating through the forest.
I mean, but she is right. We do want the dragon to see the elk, but the others might want to be invisible. So I would put it on Frock and
the dragon sees the elk and is concerned.
Yeah, it's like
it's gonna be like Freddy Krueger when you're in the dream state and he's invisible carrying a survivor.
He'll go to eat the elk, and the dragon will eat Phaedra, and then Phaedra will open up his belly.
Click. Stealth for sure, apparently. Not perception.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, yeah. We're doing perception. I forgot about that.
All right.
That's better.
So, as you walk,
that's good.
Another hour going by and heading to the northwest.
You cut out.
Oh.
Hello.
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 Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you just like cut out though.
Okay. So as you continue to walk, heading northwest, eventually you see the beginning of a column kind of wrapped in vines, indicating some old structure. What would you guys like to do?
How far have we traveled?
It's been an hour since you killed the elk. You are getting pretty close to the direction that you originally saw the dragon in. I was kind of sorting around the mountain on that side.
But like, if she were to, well, she can't do it without another long rest. But like, would ruins be a place where a portal would be?
Yeah.
And have we traveled far enough to be outside of your original? I mean, 3.2 miles an hour is a pretty fast walk.
Yeah.
So we could be 3 miles away from where we were. But we did stop and yeah.
Yeah. So I imagine that you're at least 2 hours walk away from the city, or town or castle that you saw. So yeah, you're probably 4 to 8 miles away from there. So it's usually.
Did you say this is just a pillar with vines growing on it?
That's what you've encountered, and it looks like it's the beginning of a group of ruins. Yes, but this is the first indication you've seen of some sort of old structure in these woods.
Do you think it might be beneficial to look over it?
Just leave the elk lying on top of some ruins. We'll hear the wings when the dragon arrives.
All right.
Then we can, I don't know. I'm gonna search the ruins, and Will just walks into the ruins.
All right.
Well, considering I can make myself immune to necrotic damage, I can try talking to it.
Alright, so Will, leaves you guys behind and finds an entrance into what looks to be a building. In fact, as he gets in, you get the distinct impression that this was a temple. You start seeing what looks like kind of elvish-looking figures, kind of carved into the wall in stone. And there appears to be a main altar room close by. Plus there's like a little alcove here. Maybe some sort of what's the term? Reflectory? Basically some place where you would clean off before going into a main part of a temple.
Mm.
And there's some
Crescent followed.
Yeah, there's some pictures in this area, in the entrance, and plus the alcove that appear to be of elves or something elf-like. You know, basically, this the outlines of humanoids with tall ears. But no real color distinction because this is more like line art on stone.
Okay. Is there anything else of interest in there?
In the entryway and alcove, not so much. There's like a tipped over fountain, like maybe like where one would clean off or.
All right. Well, walks further in.
All right.
Christian keeps following. I imagine Shuri and Phaedra would trail behind because they're fucking carrying an elk. Yeah. But eventually they would follow. I wish Shuri would.
Yeah, there are designs and hunting scenes along the walls.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, just the hunting scenes. I'm like, oh.
Hunting scenes along one side of the walls, and then it gets very strange. Another side of the walls, you see pictures of dragons, and the one big major outline, you were expecting like the shadow dragon because you're hearing the cultists talk and all that. Instead, you see a 5-headed dragon. And as you get closer to the altar site, like the main big part of the room, you see what looks like a statue of said dragon that's been partly broken. Like 2 of the heads are like off to one side. The body itself is tipped over. This looks like it was once a temple to Tiamat.
Willa's basically expressionless. Like, he looks so unimpressed. And keeps just walking around, rummaging a little bit.
Alright. You do find some bones off to one side. Looks like they're humanoid. Probably a body that laid there, decomposed, and just left of bones just sitting in a corner. Give me a survival or investigation check.
For what?
A survival or investigation, if you're still looking carefully around.
Okay.
All right. You do see definitely that plant life and other types of living things have reclaimed this area. Bits of vines that have grown inside the building. Root systems like seeking moisture. You see evidence of like rat or mice holes. And you find what appears to be some kind of hatch right behind the altar area where the statue toppled over. That seems to go lower.
Will just goes over there and rips up the hatch.
Alright. There's actually a decent set of stairs going down, not just a ladder this time.
Alright, we can. So one of you guys who can speak with Ted could interrogate that person, or we could walk down here.
I mean, I like walking down. I can bring the skull with us. Just need a skull.
Hey, Kale.
Mm-hmm.
It may be possible if we're, I don't know. It's Tiamat, right? Like, looks over at the 5-headed like dragon.
He nods.
That amulet
probably. Yeah.
That amulet might come in handy.
Assuming there's anyone alive down there, yes, or maybe even ghosts.
He'll in general.
In general, yeah. he'll pull out the amulet so that it's very visible on his chest in case there's anything like that might recognize it and leave them alone because it's there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He'll also become visible so that he is visible with that, because otherwise.
Yeah, Chris, want to pick up the skull. Do we have any questions you want to know?
Where the fuck's the portal?
How did they die?
Yeah.
All right. You cast Speak of Dead on the skull.
You hear kind of like this wisp, gasp sound coming from the skull.
Okay, it's a good question. How did you die?
What language are you speaking in?
He's speaking in common.
It doesn't seem to
Elvish?
understand you.
Phaedra's there, so she has the translation amulet, if that helps. I don't know, because of stuff.
Well, it would translate you in your speech, but it can only understand Cinna. I mean, not Cinna. Sorry, Crescent. So if it spoke out loud in another language, you would be able to understand it, but it won't understand you even if you were speaking in its language.
I thought there was an aura around her for 10 feet.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot. I forgot about that. I think though with this complex interaction of magic, it would translate its speech if it starts speaking. It won't translate. It won't translate his speech into what it needs to understand because it's kind of operating on a different spell thing. Hard to describe on that, but it's just like an interaction of magic isn't compatible.
All right, we'll try this then. In Infernal, how did you die?
Still no response. It doesn't seem to recognize Infernal.
I know Slash and Abyssal. That's in common. Besides those two, I can try those two if you want.
It's likely Elvish based on the drawings on the wall, but I suppose you don't speak that?
Nope.
Actually, can I hand him the pebble? I mean, would that... If he's directly holding the pebble? Or is it going to be that same interaction of magic thing?
If I recall right, the pebble only translates to and from... I think it only translates into Condolin, doesn't it?
That's... You've flipped back and forth on that a couple times, so...
Damn it.
I don't know.
Sorry. Trying to remember the consistency.
If it only does Condolin, then I guess I don't know. Because we were given that before we went to Kandala, I thought.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, sorry. It's the amulet that you're wearing. That the other sorry, I was trying to remember who had what. That's right.
Yeah, I have the pebble that Will gave to Vondel that Vondel gave to me.
Yeah, the pebble should work, whereas the Kandalin amulet was done with some. Yeah, the Kandalin amulet's not really useful in this situation.
But if I gave the pebble to Crescent, would it work?
I'm gonna go with yes on this one because I was just trying to. I couldn't remember what languages Crescent spoke.
Yeah,
I thought he
Kale's just gonna fish the pebble out of his pocket and hold it out to Crescent, and he's like, "I'll need this back."
Sure. How did you die?
All right, so it comes out to other people's hearing as draconic, and the answer is it kind of like. Inhale seems to inhale again. The church was attacked during the Ascension.
He'll repeat that.
The church was attacked during the Ascension?
And this is in Draconic, which means anyone speaking Draconic can easily understand it.
What kind of church? Like to who?
He looks around at the Tiamat.
Tiamat, you dolt.
What's up with everyone worshiping Tiamat? Not okay.
I mean, she's not always an evil deity. Cal just sort of shrugs.
Do you still want to know where the portal thing is?
Yeah, I guess ask it if it knows anything about a portal.
Do you know of any portal out of here?
There is the front door. That is the only way out of the church.
Helpful.
So ask him what ascended.
What ascended? What ascension?
Her high priest. He was granted a true form from her.
Was it ask him if it was a shadow dragon?
Do those the questions that it couldn't understand, did those count?
I'm gonna say no because it could. Okay. It didn't understand you there.
Yeah. I don't know if these are important, and if everybody else has any other chime-ins, go for it.
And he's got 2 more questions left, technically.
Yeah.
So from what Kale saw of the dragon, it almost seems like it's a ghost of a dragon, or the way it worked. So I wonder if whatever ascended was to a dragon and then it became the shadow dragon when it came to the Shadowfell. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
Question. What's down the stairs?
That is the chamber of commitment, and to lay the bones of our dead to rest.
Yeah, who relay that? Figured that might be useful to know. Still got one question. Do you want me to ask about the flying friend?
Yeah, I guess ask if it was the shadow dragon that...
The ascension to a form, was it a certain type of dragon, like shadow dragon or anything like that, or something different?
It kind of pauses for a moment and says, "A dragon of many colors, to to lead the armies of Her Majesty here in the material plane."
Yeah, he'll relay that, and it goes dormant again. But he'll put it in his bag. In case we have more questions for it, I can ask again later. 10 days, though.
I really don't think we need to keep it around.
He says he's putting it in his bag. He just looks at you and slowly pushes it more into the bag.
Kale will, like, reach into his bag and, like, pull out the gnome skull and just nod and put it back. Except his skull is gilded. It's perfectly normal. Perfectly normal to be carrying skulls around in your bag.
Yeah, he'll hand the thing back to you.
Yeah, Kel will put it back in his pocket.
So, it's a effectively commitment room burial chamber down there.
Is that worth bothering with? Mussing with old bones?
You never know what's down there.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we want to bother with Dan?
Sure, if y'all want to do that, that's fine.
Yeah, whatever.
Works for me. I mean, worst case scenario, there's nothing down there. We go back up.
Mm-hmm.
But if the portal somehow is down there for some reason and we walked away, it'd be kind of annoying.
True.
Cool.
And I know that Phaedra frowns on grave robbing, but there might be something useful down there too.
We're not grave robbing. Wait, Tiamat?
Because it's Tiamat doesn't necessarily mean it's evil. I believe Kale has mentioned in the past that there are.
It does.
It's
No,
not
not in this world.
It's relocating property.
Frog says it.
Well, Frog's stupid.
My 11 intelligence agrees with you.
I would say this, Kale. And Will, you'll be proud of me.
Hooray!
If there's something that could be of use to us to help, I don't know, save the fucking world, it's probably better in our hands, and we can return it later.
I mean, if the sword of coal slaying +5 is down there, you'd pick it up, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And once we've used it, we can return it to not be disrespectful to the dead.
I feel like this is a will move to do, but Crescent's walking down the stairs.
I was gonna do that.
There's not a door for you to kick in.
Oh yeah.
You already ripped the hatch open.
I already ripped the
you've
hatch
already
open.
done your deeds,
I lost my initiative. God damn it.
You already violently threw a door open.
Yeah.
Can Crescent
Technically.
can Crescent see in the dark?
Yes.
Is it Is it
Does
devil
he have the
sight
demon
or
sight?
or just
No.
low light vision? All right.
Wait, do Esmers have dark vision? I'm pretty sure they do.
I can't remember if Ominette had it.
So with your dark vision,
Yes, he does.
yeah, with your dark vision, you can't really see any more of the walls, like like the art you could see up above, like the simple, like two-tone line art up above. It probably continues on here, but with your vision,
Yeah, he does.
you can make things out, but you can't really see, the color.
He has devil sight.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you
he
have
can
devil
see
sight?
as if it's light. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. That I got confused in that. So yeah, with your devil sight, you can definitely make out that there's art down here as well. Far more intensive. The art above, again, that's just black and white line drawings basically, but this is more full color. And there's especially a really a different not exactly a statue, because it seems to be each of the heads of Tiamat, each a different color, jaws open, each of them holding a skull inside the mouth. There's a table in front of it with an array of knives just like neatly put into place. Well cared for, but clearly with some old stains of blood on them, like some kind of offering table. Along a wall nearby that seems to be in a place of reverence, and from what you can tell, is it just senses that this is the most recent thing that was added to the wall before everything else went bad. You can see the picture of an elf, kind of. You can't really tell exactly what kind of elf this is. An elven woman, with kind of bronze tan skin, and ears that are much taller than most elves you've seen. Like kind of, you've seen those anime elves, for example, that can how tall their ears are. But usually you don't see in actual D&D elves. Her ears are about half that length. Like they're much taller than regular D&D elves, but not quite as bad as anime elf ears. With red eyes and odd tattoos over her, above her eyelids. Actually, sorry, it's on one side. I'm forgetting which side right now. But she's standing next to a man in a red robe. This image is strange because he looks like a fair-skinned human instead of one of the elves. With green eyes and brown hair. It's like they're standing side by side. He's holding like this staff with like a red crystal in it, and she's holding a sword that seems to be dripping with shadows. And they're like holding hands, and like these look like they're very reverent and important people to whatever this church was. There are other pictures of elves in more detail in the area, similarly looking to her, and they're like all like bowing in that direction, or bowing towards the image of Tiamat. And as you
found the picture.
Yeah, and as you continue on further, you can see that there's like on the opposite direction from the from the table and all that, and the heads. It looks like there's a what's the term for it again? Catacomb. There we go. Looks like there's a catacomb stretching out, like where people have been buried and like their bones are just like put in little alcoves.
Yeah, catacombs, weird altar thing, and a painting.
Phaedra will, as she walks around, has magic eyes up. Anything pinging?
Let's see. Nothing visible pinging. No.
Found a lot of hidden things in that other ruin in some of the carvings. Y'all want to take a look at them? See if we find anything.
Yeah. Makes sense. And she's gonna kind of look around. She's not gonna necessarily touch the skulls, but she's gonna look around that as well. Just see if there's anything that we can't see.
Yeah, Phaedra's gonna look at the carvings. So.
Do an investigation check?
Yes, please. And what are the rest of you guys doing at the same time?
I mean, if they're investigating, I'll do my shit to investigate. Or I'll help someone.
Investigating too.
All right. So, are you so that I know? Are you investigating the chapel? Are you investigating the?
Can I try and make?
Are you investigating the sacrifice area, or are you investigating the catacombs?
Can I try and make a religion check to sacrilege this altar to make it a good altar again or something?
The altar or the sacrifice area? Because the altar itself is kind of tipped over. The big statue up top. That's all tipped over and broken.
Yeah, if that's broken, I'll do it at the sacrificing spots. Not good. Good clear.
Okay, so you're over there trying to make it hallowed, and the rest of you, along with the investigation rolls, please let me know where exactly you're investigating, so I know which area to.
Phaedra said she was looking at the carvings, so she'll look at the carving of the two figures. And we'll look at another one. Or I'll put Phaedra in the looking at the carvings and is looking at the sacrifice altar.
Wanda will just be investigating the actual altar or whatever, because there's you said there's sacrificial altar and another altar.
Yeah, well,
right?
There's the chapel area with the tipped over statue and all that, where you found the skull. Oh, sorry, the bones that you took a skull from. There is the sacrifice altar down below, where there are 5 dragon heads with jaws open and skulls in each of them. And then there's the catacombs. So you're looking around the chapel?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Let me look up to see who rolled first. Shuri rolled investigation and didn't do well. Phaedra?
No, she got a 17 because I helped her.
Okay, so... Oh, yeah, Shuri gets... I'm going to go in order from up to down. I'll look at the 17 after that. So, Phaedra, where are you exactly? Phaedra, carving. Okay. Phaedra is looking at the painting. It's not a carving. This one is a painting. And it's of a man and a woman. The woman is, as said, an elf. But not of a variety that you have seen before. This is not like a wood elf or a high elf or even a being like Cinna. This is some other kind of elf with the ears like that, and there's kind of like a fierceness about that kind of elf. And she's got like long white hair. Is kind of dressed in leathers that you would think that one would be out in the wood, like, you know, typical elven type leather type of armor. But she is carrying, instead of like a bow and an arrow or anything like that, she's carrying a blade that seems to be dripping with shadows. The man definitely looks like he's a human, fair-skinned one at that. And he's got green eyes. Like they're like the way that they're drawn in there, like they look as if they're supposed to be like, you know, very expressive or possibly even glowing green eyes. Like maybe if not necessarily gentle or kind type, but more of like almost magical or special or something along those lines. And black hair that's fairly short. But his robes are like these red, and he's carrying a staff, which indicates either he is like a cleric or some other kind of magic user. But they're like their hands are clutched together, like holding tightly, as if like married or something along, or like very close, and like either going off to face something, given that they're each holding a weapon, or, you know, this is how the people around them see them. Like them against the world. Vondel, you're investigating around the chapel. You don't find much. You find like little scraps that turn into dust when you try picking them up. Probably like some sort of literature that wasn't in any good binding or treatment, like, you know, pamphlets, something like that. But they've all disintegrated with age. Phaedra, Cinna's looking at the sacrifice altar. Okay, so Cinna is poking around the sacrifice altar. The fact that each of the lower jaws of the Tiamat heads has like stains of like blood and other decomposition fluid implies that these weren't skulls when they were put in there. They were probably barely decapitated heads, each placed in there. Given that the flesh is all gone, it's hard to tell if they were human, elven, or even dwarf for that matter. Probably not small folk or children, because they look like they're adult-sized heads. But given the teeth structure and given their look, either human or elven, as orcs have specific dentition that you could probably pick apart from them. But there doesn't seem to be any hidden things. The jaws do look like they have slight hinges on them, like, you know, they can widen or retract depending on the size of the head. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything else there. Just some intricate knives that look like they, you know, pretty sharp and probably used in either sacrifice or just in funerary preparation. Shiori, what are you investigating again?
I misunderstood the things. She's probably gonna actually, I guess, more looking around the catacombs, but not straying too far.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking. You move away from the others. The catacombs are deep but not winding. It's like they're basically in one consistent tunnel. So even though as you go further in, you can easily look back and see your party members. Like you see bones. You see the occasional like box where like maybe somebody of a higher rank was placed into. Mm-hmm. And you don't see anything else. Like there's no other drawings or anything like that back here. It just looks like, you know, this is where people were buried.
Yeah, once she's done, she'll verify that, she'll head back.
Anything else, you guys?
Not on my end. Nothing.
Irk, Will?
No. What Dirk said.
Alright. So that is where we'll end for this week, with you guys checking out a basically old ruin of a temple to Tiamat in the woods by some sort of elven people that you've never seen before.
And we will never see. Because they're all dead.
Looks that way.